That's good. I like that a lot. That's pretty tasty actually. I like that a lot. So what we do now is we just do this one. Let's just go back one and do that. So I need to set out some table commandments. That is what I need to do. Let's make the live one. Table is live. What is it? 27th of the 5th / 2026. What? Painting. Model. There we go. So we do that and this. And we want to do 144. There we go. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. So we just save that little shenanigans and we just go from there. That's what we do. Blitzwing. My oh my, buddy. We're going back a bit there. What's with the name change, Pancakes? You just had a hankering. You had a hankering for a change, and you just decided to go Pancakes. Is that the why Pancakes, bud? I'm curious because Pancakes brings back fond memories. Did you ever find yourself in the shower and you've got a glass door on your shower, and then you'd call someone in and you'd shout Pancakes and press like one butt cheek on the glass like it's a pancake? Did you ever do that? Have I ruined Pancakes for you? Maybe I have. So this is everything that I wanted to get set up. So it's all sorted now. I turn that live chat on and we're in business. We are in business. Well, long story. We got time, Pancakes. I mean, I'm listening. If you got someone listening if you want to hear. Can Top Cam, that's you guy. Can you confirm if they just left. I need some confirmation on Top Cam, but you know what? That can all wait. I say we get some paint on the go, and then we can work out the table. The rules of tabling, that's what we need. We need to figure out those. So I will go immediately for some Vulpus Pink. I fancy treating myself. I don't know what exactly all that means, frankly. PFPs. Oh, is this Vulpus Pink? Bingo. So I don't need a detailed brush for this. I just need coverage. Let's go for this because it might give us some delicious texturings. So I'm going to go ahead and and we just want to go in there. Cover is delicious. Hey, Spammy, how you doing, bud? How are you today, buddy? Right, once I've got this layer on and it's drying. So I'm definitely going to do the brains. The brains have had a Slanesh Grey / Vulpus Pink mix on them. It looks like it doesn't make much difference, but it's there. Believe it or not, it is very much there. Hey, Dark Angels. Nice to see you, buddy, old pal. Dark Angels loves penguins and rage. He loves penguins, but heaven forbid you can combine penguins and rage. He's not like that. He likes penguins and rage separate. And Spammy's laws. He's nicest person I know. Online. I just add that caveat. And Pancakes used to be Blitzwing, but we forgot about Blitzwing. When you change your name online, that old persona's gone. It's done and buried. It's long gone. Nothing we can do about that. Blitzwing who? You know, Blitzwing's gone. You deleted him. You deleted the old guy. Blitzwing is long gone. So that ink is looking good. It's going to be delicious to paint this guy. I might try and just wedge a little bit in there. It doesn't matter if I don't hit it at all. And then I just want to, without having to dip the brush in, I want to do these bits of brain. Now, the brain bits, you don't do texture around the armor. It looks bobbers. You have to, those lines need to be crisp. I do need to take a tiny bit more ink. Yeah, it's annoying. I've lost about 25 well, maybe not 25. Yeah, somewhere between 20 and 25% of my Norn. But I figured I'd just get him painted. Right, that can dry now. Whilst that's drying, it is Kyle. Yeah, it is Warhammer. Yeah, very much so. Oh, Sang's here. Hello. Sang. Yeah, it's Warhammer currently. I am still waiting on my Warlord Games stuff, so it will change. That Norm's drying. I need to think a little bit about this. What I was thinking was we do... How you doing, Kyle? I appreciate that you like Warhammer. He's not saying brilliant painting. He's saying, you know what, you want to see some brilliant painting? Here's something I bought off someone. That's brilliant painting. Whoever painted that is amazing at painting Warhammer. Yeah, but I bought that off them. I think it's pretty cool, frankly. I might buy something else off them. I think the way they paint is pretty good, to be honest. So I'll just pop that back up there. Right, let's mark out some lines. So I'm thinking here, right, I do that. I do a line straight across there and leave that like that. And in here, I think I'll do hazard stripes. Now, do I have a pair of scissors handy? Because I've got a hankering. I've got a hankering for doing some tape. But we could, oh no, I've got a pair of scissors right here. Bingo. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. I'm rather impressed with it. Money well spent, frankly. Where's my tape? What is Warhammer? They're models. You roll around dice and they go pew pew. Pancakes. That's what warp mama is. And some people like painting and try and learn the rules, like myself. But gosh darn it, it be not easy. Not easy at all. So I'm going, this is 2mm tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 2mm tapes. I'll just trim myself off a bit. Yep. And I'll whack that there so that I can access it easy enough. I'm probably premature with the tape, actually. We should probably do myself a favour and one of the best board games ever. Oh, Kyle, okay. So you're speaking from someone who sounds like they're well versed in the rules. I'm going to go Illidan Yellow. Hey, Fundy. Yes, Fundy. So what happened was I spent all weekend in the saunas getting my bum out, Fundy. Then I did 5 hours streaming on Monday. Then I got very, very mad at Warden. It wasn't his fault, but nevertheless, I got very mad with Warden. It wasn't his fault. It was just a bad timing, and my jank attacked him. I feel really bad about it. And then today, I'm just coming on here like a little naughty dog with my tail between my legs, and I'm just gonna paint. And I've realised I'm making the grand rules of table. Right, I'm making the grand rules of table. I should probably start writing those down. Right, so first one. Chat is a person, right? Which means I should afford chat all of the manners and politeness my Englishness would give to a person and not ignore you. Chat is a person. The other one is mirror chat's energy. By that I mean if it's quiet, just be quiet. And then if it gets wild, you can go wild, right? Mirror chat's energy. That's the other one, right? Another one is... what was the other one? Don't expect anything from stream, right? And what I mean is start at 0 energy. That's what I mean. Don't come in at 11 when you've been cranking weights and filling yourself full of caffeine. Start at 0. Do that. Don't expect anything from stream, right? Another one. The other one is... So I shouldn't expect your videos to be good, Dark. No, that's fine. Don't expect anything to be good. That's fine. People don't come here for the good videos. People come here for this. Whatever this is. I haven't quite got a name for it. The other one is There's another one. Don't demand anything from chat. Here it goes. This is it. This is the chat constitution. There we go. The chat constitution. You come for Titus? Well, I tell you what, we can do a Titus layer. That is absolutely fine. Let's do a Titus layer. So we've got Titus tally. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sorry, I've just seen what Ven wrote. I'm going to pre-mark my Titus layer. There we go. Pre-Titus layer marked. I've left my Titus brush in the water since yesterday, so it should be good and moist for Titus. So I've got a little bit too many. Listen to me. I got too many models. I'm very happy. I'm very happy you're getting what you need, Fundy. No, I'm streaming multiple angles on this stream, Kyle. So what you should do, this is what you should do. I said I'm not demanding anything. I'm just saying fire up both live streams, click on the pop-out chat option, and then you can have whichever desired camera you prefer, be it the top cam or the front cam, and then both pop-out chats open so you can see the whole conversation. If I was to demand something, I would demand that, because you're helping me, because you're in both streams, and also you're privy to the whole conversation so you can have a chin wag with everyone involved. That would be... Of course, I'm not making a demand. Check the rules. Don't demand. I'm not demanding nothing. So, yeah, that's what I would say. I thought I'd try top-down today. I've never been let down from this angle before. You're welcome, Fundy. I'm happy to let you down. At least we know where we stand, eh, Fundy? You know what you're getting when you come in here. you know you're getting subpar quality. Subpar quality. Everyone knows it. Also, poor old Warden knows that I'm a subpar co-host. I'm not. I think me and Warden's TikTok streaming collab has come to an end. I think he'll be going it alone. Best of luck to him, but I definitely don't think I'll be going back to TikTok. The only reason I was going on TikTok is because I like Warden, and then I was mean to him. So, I kind of fluffed it. Let's put this yellow on. So I'm going to go... Ooh, yeah, lovely. I'm not even going to answer that. Free thinker. Appreciate you asking a question in chat. Yeah, I'll happily sit back on that. I would like to know as well, but I didn't ask. I just waited for someone else to do it. What? No, hang on. Don't you pretend that you knew that someone was going to ask that table, so you laid off. That's a lie. You're just happy someone asked it. Don't tell Porky's table. What tape? Currently, I play no armies, but most recently I have got a Space Marine Terminator army up to speed. I've marked some squad markings on, painted their faces, but it depends on a few pieces falling into place, especially 11th. So I can't promise that. Table, have you been sniffing glue? Well, yeah, when I'm gluing models, there's always a little bit of accidental sniffage, right? That's part and parcel. You can't help it. I try and vent the room as best I can, but sometimes you accidentally get a little whiffy dings, Sometimes it happens. I do apologise for that, but... Do you know what? Why am I apologising for huffing glue? I accidentally huff glue. Now, this bit, I'm thinking, leave this red, it looks okay, and add Corax White. But I don't want to go Corax White straight away. I'm going to go Pharisian Grey. Pharisian Grey mixed with Griffin Charger Grey. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, I think, to be honest, Fundy, I think with the acetone, I think with the amount that's been consumed, I think about 10% of it has been accidental huffage, to be honest. Like, if I was to put a number on it, I think about 10%. Yeah, I really do think about 10%. There's a secret Aquila in the barrel. Which Saturnine gun? The one on the Terminator? Because they have different weapons loadouts. Is it on the Praetor? Do you mean the big gun turret? Like, you've got to be a bit more accurate with that, really. Free Thinker, it looks like people have not answered you. I appreciate you wanting to engage with chat. That's very nice of you, but it would seem that your request has fallen on deaf ears. But commendable effort. There goes Pancakes. That's the last time we'll see Pancakes. Pancakes used to be Blitzwing. He will change his name for something else again, and forever be forevermore gone. That's what will happen. That's what we're going for. That's what I'm doing. I've decided. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, that's what I'm going with for the design. I'm happy with that. Now, I might freehand these stripes, maybe. Terminator plasma guns. Oh, really? Let's have a look. There is nothing in there. You are a liar, Dark Angels, and I will think less of you from here on. I do not appreciate your lies. Don't like them. Don't like them. So, what were we doing? Waiting for the old Norn's head to dry as well. So the idea is multiple fronts. I say we get these lovely bits painted on. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go grey, yellow, grey, yellow. Well, I mean, Dark Angels, you're a numbnuts. It's because I trust. 10%, I think 10% huffage, accidental huffage fundy is okay. I think that's all right. 10%, I'll take 10%. It's just wastage, you know? Huffage wastage. So, I'm all right with that. That's, it's acceptable. It's within tolerances of huffage wastage. So I will take that. Fundy, I hope you've been all right, bud. Haven't seen you for a little while. I had a lovely weekend. I was in a lot of saunas, swimming in the sea a lot as well, and it was lovely. Absolutely lovely. That one's done. So then we'll keep the yellow on the brush. I kind of want to do these eliminators as well. I've got an idea with those as well. Thanks, yeah, Xandri Dust. I only Xandri Dusted these because I bought a can of Xandri Dust for my Tau, but then when I ran out of grey sear, I was like, oh, well, I want to use the spray, but I don't have the colour I want. I think I'm going to go back to the sprays. The airbrush is for something else. It's not for the base coat, for a lot of stuff. I will be buying spray cans again, namely the Games Workshop grey sear. I know, right? But it's just better. No, Dark. No, I didn't. I didn't realise I was streaming twice. Purely an accident on my part. I mean, I accidentally set up a camera with a different angle. What I'm trying to do is help, because people like the old horizontal cam. You know, they like it. So I'm just trying to help them out. I discovered that I can stream on two cams on the same channel. So I just thought, as I'm not very good with OBS and I can't do multiple cameras in one stream, I'll just fire up 2 streams. That was what I was thinking. And honestly, I quite like it. It's not awful. It's not terrible. Darkish is talking to himself in chat. That's lovely, actually. That's lovely that he's talking to himself in chat. You go ahead. You talk to yourself as much as you want. Because for those of you that don't know, one of my favourite pastimes is watching the real-time analytics. Regardless if they're doing good or bad, I will love watching those little numbers. I love watching those little numbers. It's lovely. You're building little towers every hour. It shows the views in the form of a little tower. And it updates in real time. I can't get enough of it. I love it. Streaming tries to give the opportunity to disappoint a wider audience. Exactly, Fundy. You know? Just spreading that sheer unbridled disappointment everywhere you can. I tell you something, though. There's a lot worse things you could be doing with your time than watching little old me paint models. What you should do, guys, if you can, if you've got the opportunity, leave this on, crank out some models and get some painting done. That's what I would disconnect based upon me. Yellow there, lovely, lovely. Norn, if you could just move out the way a little bit, thank you. Hi, Darkish. I'd like to think I'm going to be able to be in both chats simultaneously. Well, I mean, the interesting thing, Kyle, you say that, but the chat will probably, the more interesting chat, there might be some slingshotting. Stinky work. Sorry to hear that, Spams. That is, yeah, stinky work. I'd love some stinky work, actually. I'm very much in need of some stinky work. What was I saying? Yeah, the more interesting chat, that's an interesting phenomenon that I've not considered, because people might switcheroo between this chat and the other chat depending on which one is more fun. I never thought about that being like in a fluid state, so that you can't it's gonna vary. That's a potential little source of fun to see what happens there, because it's an unfamiliar. I will be painting, but the model I'm working on has used up all my paint. Yeah, that will happen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what country it is, but I found out that the frigging Games Workshop paints in the US are pretty pricey. $5 for one tub is really high, to be honest. It's pretty seriously high. I'm not going to deny that. It feels a bit harsh. Let's get some grey in here. And then next time I pick up the pencil as well, I'm going to mark out load-bearing dreadnought as well, and do that. So I'm very much looking forward to having these guys in game. I'm going to make up my own rules for them so I can have them in 40k. I've decided this. Let's mark up. Which Warhound, Zuperi? Titanicus, Legion Imperialis style one, or main one? Because if you have big one, I'm going to need proof. I'm going to need proof. Are you one of those people that just come in and say you're painting one of the big expensive models just to feel good? That people are like, wow. Or do you actually have one? That's the issue. And we'll soon know, because if you don't have one, you will now proceed to clam up. That's what will happen. Darkish, I haven't... You know what? Yeah, you can go. That's fine. I'm going to bully you non-stop once you've left. So, yeah, that's going to happen. Sorry. Let's do a cross there. Zupri, I'm just curious. What do you know what? I'm doing you dirty there. I've done a bit of a poop on your head there, Zupri. I've accused you of something that you might not necessarily be doing. What's going on with the Warlord? Is it the resin one or is it the model one? I'm curious. Ignore me poo-pooing you. I'm just too used to talking to Fundy. He likes a bit of that, he does. Battle Scars, Weathering, not so much. Mostly because I'm not good at it. So, yeah, there is that slight issue with battle damage and stuff, and mucking stuff up. But that doesn't mean I can't not lean into it. What I think I should get, you get those painting sets, like those weathering sets. They look really interesting. I'm going to put some token in there. I'm going to extend that a bit. It's Forge World, I forgot which it was because I sat in my room for a year. I can never be able to build it. Zupri, here's something that I'm interested in knowing. What made you buy it out of interest? What was it about it that you liked? Because it's not a small project, not by a long shot. I need some Corax White. No, I don't. I need to decide on the other colour of this. You know what? I might just do this yellow as... Oh, I don't want to do this yellow. I want to do this... I'm using too much yellow. I've got a little yellow on my brush now. Let's just pop a little yellow on these. Just to cover up this milliput. Let's get a base coat on there. Milliput that. As I have a bit of yellow anyway. It's not the yellow I'm first starting with, but there's nothing wrong with... You can base coat with a brush. It's all the same paint. Spray or paint. You can base coat with this, but I'm just going to cover that milliput work I did there. with its initial coat, as I have extra paint, why not? And to be honest, I've got quite a lot of paint there. I might just go ahead and treat myself. Now, I know that's brain in there that I'm covering up with yellow, but no one's going to notice that, and I'm not going to reach in there with a brush to paint that bit of brain. You'll never notice it. You'll never know. Even though it's a Norn's head, and, you know, people might look at it more than they would say at another Tyranid, it's still not an issue. Zero issue. I wonder why Zoo picked up the Titan. I'm very curious. I'd like, yeah. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what he says. I think I might have an idea what the answer will be, but I will wait. What's going on in our chat? Yeah, it's yellow. Yeah, darkish. Have I not shown you my Tyranid color scheme? It's this. This is my Tyranid color scheme. And the Norn he was painted. So the body. Let me show you. I'll grab him down. So the body was done before I even began doing live streaming, and I feel like it's too clean and too blue, and you can see it's a little bit dated. Now, unfortunately, I've magnetized these extra bits of armor that I put on, and this arm is still intact. However, the rest of him is either lost or damaged, so I don't have enough to complete the Norn. However, I think I do have enough. Oh, he's looking a bit beat up. Yeah, he's looking a bit beat up. So he's going to need some varnish. And, you know, the poor guy needs some TLC. I bought him in the Battle Force box a few years back. I might put him a little nearer so I can reach out and get him. A bit nearer. Why is my name Table? Because for a small period of time, 2 weeks, my residence was a table that I lived under, and then when people came to the table for breakfast, in that tent in the middle of the desert, their feet would be there, and I'd wake up to the alarm clock of people poking me with their feet, and that's how because at this place I went to this festival, you don't start with a nickname, you get given one based on how your first time at the festival goes, and because I didn't have a tent, I was camping in the desert under the table. You know. That's how I became Table. That's a true story. Oh, Megaforce. Lovely. Right, so we've done yellows, done greys. I'd like a red. So I'm going to get a Mephisto. I'm going to mix it with Blood Angels Red. That's what I'm going to do. Let's plop this. So I'm going to concentrate on the painting. I will look up at chat. If you really want my attention, you can just type Table in all caps or speak in all caps. And if YouTube lets the message through, I will take note. If you start using caps, I will see that as Table, I really need your attention. You need to action this or do something or yada, 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 or biscuit, 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 something like that. You could write biscuit, 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 actually. That could be the code. There's something about biscuit, biscuit, biscuit that does appeal. Ooh, I don't even need to get these lines remotely right at this point, but it's all good practice. And it's a big old sloppy standard brush as well that I'm using, so that's also pretty good practice. So I'll put some red in there. And then we go down here. I always like to do the line first. Do the line. And then another line. And we can just go in there, do those recesses, like so. Perfect. Marvellous. Hey, Mac. Yeah, the stamps are pretty lovely. We'll be doing some stamping today. We're going to be doing stamps on this heraldry and on all of the shoulders of these guys as well. So we're going to be doing that too. So, yeah, we're going to have some heraldry going on. Right, I need to Reichland these yellows. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get my Reichland Flesh Shade, wherever you may be. Reichland, present yourself to me, please, Reichland. Now, I know it's a big bottle. Reichland. Ah, here you are, nestled in here. Reichland Flesh Shade, one of my faves. Absolute faves. Ah, Biscuit, what chapter's the Dread? Okay, so I bought it second hand, and it was painted in salamanders. All I've done is swap this arm off and glued on this decoration here and these purity seals. But I'm repainting him my faction colours. However, I've kind of got a little bit. I've become a little bit unsure as to what my faction colours should be. So it's kind of changed a little bit. So I'm kind of want to get some of them painted, and then when they go into battle, depending on their deeds, they will earn additional paint on them. Yeah, I don't really want to paint over the salamanders, but I mean, I need to make the Dreadnought mine, so I have to do something. So I do unfortunately have to paint it. With Gaz as well, I didn't want to paint over Gaz. I thought the paint job underneath was nice. I thought it was a good paint job, but again, I didn't buy him cheap because I wanted someone else to have painted it. I repainted it for me, you know. Mac, yeah, it's great, but we're going to go over this again with more yellows. But it's just to bring up these recesses, but also because the Reichland isn't as strong as Agrax or Null, you can get your yellows back over it relatively easily. So, I've missed one. Look, I've missed one. Do you know what? Let's do him now. Let's do his yellow. So I thought I hadn't used my yellows, but turns out, wow, Longinus is from Atlantis. I never knew. Oh, we're actually going to need quite a lot of this because we need to redo those yellows. So I basically painted those yellows on that Norn for nothing. I didn't need to use up extra pigment because I'm going to have to go in again. Always add inks to your colours, guys. I don't thin my paints with water. Contrasts, technicals, shades, I call them all inks. And I use it because you get a little bit more pigment in your paint. And then you thin it down. Yeah, it changes your colours, but you can accommodate that by using your eyes. I just don't use water. I don't use water. Water's rubbish. Water's for losers. Water's for pathetic, servile pieces of human scum like Fundy. Water's for just rancid non-humans like Fundy. For subhuman excrement like Fundy. It's just only losers use water to thin their paints like Fundy. Is Fundy here? YR Dim? I was born that way. That's YR Dim. Yeah, table R dim. Yeah, table R dim. Sorry, table R dim. So let's just put those in there. Just need the recesses. That's it. Just a little bit in there. This one here. There we go. Now that other one's drying, so we've got a slight delay on that one. However, whilst we're waiting, thank you, Spammy. I don't feel like a pretty princess at the moment. I got a bit cranky with Warden. And the trouble is, what's really eating at me is Warden did nothing wrong, right? He did nothing at all wrong. And I got cranky puss with him. He did nothing wrong. The poor guy suffered full barrage of jank, and he really had done absolutely nothing wrong. I feel a bit bad. I'm looking for that lovely blue that I have for my nids. Now, this is the ink that I add to it, but the lovely blue, I can't see it, which means I haven't used it recently. This is the layer up from it. It's like Aryan blue. I'm amazed I don't have it on the desk, which makes me think it is on the desk. This is the problem with doing something before you've located the colours. It's my biggest weakness, frankly. Believe it or not, the setup is pretty rough. Yeah, I've got this extractor fan for airbrushing, but like I'd paint in a bin if I could. I do feel like a lot of people have subscribed just for the background, and it's not necessarily about the talking. I can't find this this lovely blue, and I can't even remember its name. That is a bit of a bind. Let's pull open the drawer. Oh, bingo! Here we go. Straight away we found it. There we go. Arian blue. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to mix up quite a bit of Arian blue and Araphimaic blue. Spammy, it's very nice of you to call me a pretty little princess. Yeah, I'm just, I'm not feeling it today. I feel like someone help me join Table's Discord. Unfortunately, you're in a bit of a lull, Darkish, for helpful people. Plus, I've been taking some time away from Discord. So you're in even double. I mean, it's like a unicorn at the moment. I don't know how you're going to manage it. I was in there on Monday, chatting to Freds and Frankie. But yeah, I won't be in there today. So what I want to do is I want to dibby dab on my blues, but I don't necessarily want to cover all of the purples. So I'm going to just try, but I don't want to be here all day either. So I'm going to, any lighter purples are going to get dibby dabs. And I'm going to try and keep a teeny bit in the recesses if I can, but not the white purples. Now that's a bit of brain I've just gone on, so I have to go back and fix that, but it's all right. The main thing is that I don't spend my whole day doing this, and I just need to get the whiter bits and not totally blast this face. You know, I feel like my dibby dabs, I need to be a bit better with my dibby dabs. Now the face, it's going to be lighter, but again, I just want the hint of the pink in the background. I don't want a lot of the pink. I will just do that. I just need to remember also to do the eyes before we go in with the final layer of the fleshies. But semi-accurate. Semi-accurate is what I'm after. Semi-dings accurate. Yeah, well, Darkish, you know, but nothing in life is worth having if it's free, which I don't believe in that. The best things in life are free, and also if something's given, it's got no value. Those two sayings, not only do they contradict each other, but I think free stuff is nice, and I am convinced that money buys happiness. So, you know, go figure. Right, if I just do it this way, semi-sloppy, I will definitely hit the lighter raised bits. Good. That looks nice. Oh, wait, was Spammy saying table art, little pretty princess? Okay, chat's a bit quiet. That's fine. Match the energy of chat. Match the energy of chat. Darkish, no one's in any real rush to help, frankly. Match the energy of chat. I wrote mirror, didn't I? Mirror chat's energy. That's what you do, Table. You don't come in guns a blazing and then deflate like a secondhand balloon. You know, you just come in, get some painting done. Now I know this looks a little rancid, but it's just first layer. Oh, biscuit. Is it on any sites? What's it called? The Discord. I think what you need is an invite link. But normally the people who help with this either are unwilling or unavailable currently. So there's that. Now, arguably, this bit could be yellow, but I'm not going to do that yellow. I'm going to do that this colour because it's underhead like that. Oh, Darkish. Ven is available to help you, but I'm not. He's in one of the chats. I'm not going to tell you which one. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. Can't make it easy for you now. There you go. Yeah, Ven in this chat, Mr. Question Mark. Let's see if he manages it. The irony is he's going to go through all of this work to get into the Discord, and I'm going to immediately kick him out. Just for fun. Just for funsies. So we've got a lovely bit of brain there, but then this bit is definitely blue. Or is that bit brown? Actually, not brown. It's definitely brain. So I'll leave it on that side. That's definitely brainy bit. I should leave that. That bit, pink bit there, could be. That can be. I don't know. Do I want to make that blue? Does that feel excessive? It's a bit inky in there still. Do I want to make that blue? I mean, I could. That could be quite a nice little detail on the back of the head that no one sees. So, there is that. I reckon, well, I've already painted it, so... And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this bit, in the interests of symmetry, I'm going to do that blue. And if we change our mind later on, then we change our mind later on. It'll be fine. So let's just do that. I might re-ink this a little bit in places, just to give it a little bit more of a zhuzhin. I feel like it might need that. But if I do that, then... Oh, this bit's really long. Look, this is really long straight lines. I don't like that at all. That's a really long flat surface with those lines. So again, yeah, you could spend 10 million years getting that perfect, or you could just do what I just did and go for best guess. I might ink this up a little bit more. You know, maybe I could go in and give it another zhuzh with something other than Vulpes Pink. Maybe Carrienberg Crimson, because that will pull in the recesses, but the surfaces won't be as harsh. Maybe I'll give it a Carrienborg. I might do that for good measure, actually. Yeah, just for a little bit of giggles. I think I might actually very much do that. And then once we've done this layer and it's drying, we can check on the other guys. So yeah, now the issue is with this Norn, right? A lot of it's magnetized, but a lot of the magnets have broken. So part of me is thinking of just gluing it together. Do you know what? I've already figured it out. Anything that's damaged gets glued together as solid chunks. And then anything where the magnets survive, they stay as separate pieces. But I have well and truly lost not only his arms, but the bits that are required for the rest of him as well. Let's go here. Now we do have a lot of this blue, so I might reach into my drawer and pull out a gargoyle, because I haven't figured out them either, and then I get to show you what my airbrushing looks like. It's not amazing, but that would be quite nice to show. If I yeah, because I've got to use this blue on something. So again, just the lighter bits. Right, we've gone round there once, just a little bit on here, just above the teeth. Okay, good. That is, whoa, that is flesh done. Fundy still here? Hope not. He didn't see that, did he? No, he's good. So we let that dry. Let's pull out our gargoyle. So this is where I got with my airbrushing. I've got the yellow sort of on, and then the blue sort of not blue. But the issue is I think I'm going to need to ink this anyway, because it's not purpley in the slightest. So this is my first step in with the gargoyles. The airbrushing, at the moment, my skill is not up to the task. Let's grab out Carrienborg Crimson. That's Blood Angels. Doomfire Magenta. I'll take Carrienberg Crimson or Vulpes Pink, whichever one I find first. What's this one? Oh, Silvervad Burgundy. That's a bit darker. You know what, actually? Let's test out the Burgundy. I'm going to go with the Burgundy on this guy. Let's test that out. I'm still trying to finesse the colours. Let's go with Burgundy, and we're going to go in here and try and see if this will bring the flesh to something more that I like. The question is, like, why airbrush it if you're then having to go in with so much paint afterwards, after the fact anyway? You know? So now this is kind of blasting the blues, but the blues are not dark enough for my taste. So my point is, like, what's the point of having an airbrush if I'm doing all of these blues and stuff, and then I'm just painting them like I would with a Corex white base coat anyway? What time have I saved? And these paints are gloss as well. I don't like the gloss look. So I'm not overjoyed with these because I've got a lot of termagants and I thought that the airbrushes would save me some time. But doing this now, what I'm doing, it's not really, maybe with different color choices or going darker with the first coats, maybe go, because I did go darker. That's the thing, I did go darker. So there's that slight issue there. Now, these bits I'm going to do a token around these. But I know what I'm doing with the skin flaps. I'm going to make them look quite fleshy. So I just want to get some ink in and around there. Dark has actually managed it. Fantastic. Big thank you to Ven for sorting that out. That's very nice of you. Purple, purple, purple. And then just the winglets, really. Oh, and under the chin. It's too washed out, you know? The colours are too washed out with the airbrush. I don't have that chunky, yummy depth that I normally get with paint. Let's do the ink in there. Now, I don't need to do the whole wing. I just need to do around the little stem. Now, I fully expect these to get beat up in transit and just generally knocked about because they're really flimsy. But I figure any bits of wing that come off, any of these little claws that get poked off, then... See, Long gets it. Yeah, Long, I completely agree with you there. I don't think they save time. I think they... I think once you're really good, I think they can do a lot for you. But I think the learning curve is going to be pretty steep. I am going to use them on my rippers, though. I've got a shed load of rippers. And what I'm going to do is lie them all down. Lie them all flat on this shelf here. And then just blast them. Blast them with an airbrush. Inked. And then we do... Actually, we're not doing those armor plates a different colour. So they will be inked as well. So I can save some time just by inking that whole gun. That's fine. A little bit in there. Yeah, this stage, it just lets me get a feel for what's going on. That's all. So, done. This burgundy is quite harsh on the surfaces, so I don't want to go this one on the Norn, because it's going to blast the blues beneath. Blast the blues on top, sorry. But it's a good test. But I think Carrienberg Crimson is a little bit weaker than this. I think this one's a bit potent. So I'm very much keen not to have to repeat layers because of an overzealous inking. If that makes sense. So again, there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Bugman's, blending up into Cadian flesh tone with the wing flaps. Okay, there we go. Let you dry. You just hang out there, buddy. You're doing good. Good. Ah, Ven's also... Yeah, that's a good shout, Dark. Yeah, that's very nice of you to thank Ven. It was very nice of him. He didn't have to do that. It is frightfully nice of him. Oh, right. Let's dimmy dab our yellows. And let's start bringing up these yellows. Oh, you need a Reichland. Let's Reichland this armor plate. And by the time I've dibby dabbed the other 6, this Reichland will be dry. So let's just go ahead and get our Reichland on there. Again, it's just for the recesses. There we go. So by the time we get to him, that will be dry, which is good. So now we just got to do a bit of dibby dabby, guys. Tell you what, I've got 8 Discord members on Chronote Penguin Empire since I last went on one of your streams. That's great, Darkish, but don't focus on the numbers, bud. The numbers will drive you crazy. I'm heavily recommending not worrying about how many members it is. It's all... TikTok's the worst for that, for the numbers. It's awful. Don't worry about the numbers. People will come if people want to. It's the same with anything. Like, you know, people will donate if they want to. People will subscribe if they want to. People will like if they want to. You largely can't control it. You know, you can't control people's minds. The best you can do is make yourself entertaining enough that people want to do it. That's all you really have any control over. You can't expect anything, and that goes back to the good rules of the Discord of the chat, the good book of the chat. Don't expect anything from chat. That's the way. There's freedom in that. If you just do what you want to do, then maybe, just maybe, you'll up your skills enough for the numbers to change. Do you know what I mean? It's a hard concept to explain. So I'm trying not to go in the recesses too much, but also remember, with this yellow, it's going to become black stripes as well. So a lot of this yellow that I'm doing is unnecessary, but it just means that when I do the black lines, the yellow is uniform, if that makes sense. So you spend a little time now, and that's all it took. That's literally it. That's all it took. We can do the lighter yellow once the stripes go on, but until then, we don't need to worry about that. That's all it needed, just a dibby dab, just to start bringing up the colour. So, the numbers, that it's annoying because the numbers, they don't mean anything, but when they get to a certain point, they do mean a lot. So, but it's just at the moment, like, yeah, they don't mean anything, but they also do. But the time when you care about the numbers, when they're small, they don't mean nothing, and you shouldn't care about them. And once they're big enough, you don't need to care about them because they're doing everything for you that they need to do. Go figure, eh? I think that's called a catch-22 or a fundies funder clap. A fundies funder bap. For those of you that don't know, Fundy is £680, and he has to get around in a motorised Fundy-mobile, he likes to call it, but it's just a wheelchair, but he calls it his Fundy-mobile. Yep, and he likes to shout, "Having fun with Fundy," to people in public. Just because, there's nothing wrong with that. He's just living life, having fun. So we're going to go in again. Now I'm using a really watery paint here, so I am absolutely blasting this into some of the recesses, but I'm content to think that that's going to still work out. I just need to go a little bit more there, like so. Good. Good. It will come together, believe me. It will come together, and we're going to get some lovely stamps on. It's just about progress. I want to get... I thought that I would hit 1,000 hours late June, but we're not going to hit 1,000 hours then because I'm wildly inconsistent. So what I need to do is I want to hit 1,000 before the end of the year, because then when January hits, I might apply to the University of Arts Helsinki again and be like, hey, look, I've painted models for 1,000 hours. I don't know where to go from here. Let me study with you, and then I can learn some more about colours and get super good at stuff. That's what I'm thinking. That might be my next goal. I might do that because I am stuck. I'm a little bit stuck, guys. Oh, that's a lot of recess I'm dabbing that into there. I'm hoping... I mean, I didn't have to Reichland this layer, in all fairness, but I might go back and Reichland those because there's going to be another opportunity to get another Reichland on. You know? So, it's not really an issue at this point, gentlemen and ladies. Dibby dab, dibby dab, dibby dab. Oh, I shouldn't have dibby dabbed that. I just blobbed that into the recess. There we go. Now, I shouldn't have loaded up my brush then, because this is the bit where it bleeds into the recesses. So I've done myself a disservice here. But I do like a challenge, so I'm just going to go... Burp. Oh, yeah, that was all recess on that edge against the shoulder guard. We'll be re-inking that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I was going to need a little cheeky bit more ink. What's that? What's that? 4 done? Making good pace. Making good pace. Dibby dabs. What I'm also going to do is get the Corax white on the other side of this coat of arms as well. You know what? That needs to be a little bit more to the edge, like that. Now you might notice that I'm referring to myself in the third person. I'm painting with a lot of moisture on this brush. It's because I'm more, rather than using a brush like a brush, it's more like I'm spatulaing it on, like slopping on the pigment. I don't use a brush. I don't think I use a brush like a brush. Table, why have your stress? What? I can't help being stressed. Sorry. I am attempting to paint my way out of the stress. The painting definitely helps. But enough about me. We're on holiday, you know? This is about painting models, talking colours, painting in recesses, having some fun. It's not about me. Not about me at all. It's about the painting. Burp. Now, if I just dibby dab this on. Do you see how I'm coming in sideways with the brush? I'm not even... I honestly, I don't think I'm even using a paintbrush like a paintbrush. Because I'm always coming in at a side angle. I'm not really using really all that often the tip of the brush. And I don't think I... So this is still wet Reichland, right? See the wet Reichland I'm going on? I'm still just dabbing it on over wet ink. And because it's loaded up with pigment, it still goes on. And as long as you don't mix it with the Reichland too much, you don't get a blurry smudge. And that's like my little top tip there. You can bodge it on and not have to wait. You don't have to crack out a hairdryer. Because you saw how long ago I put this Reichland on. But you can still, as long as you dab it and don't brush it, you can still go on. Because all that bottom section of that plate is wet still. And what did I do? Didn't slow down a second. Just sploshed it on. Continued on my way. See? Totally got around that. Table's top tip, man. You don't need to wait for the ink to dry. You can splodge it on. As long as you've not got water in your pigment, in your paint, you use contrast and use that pigment. It's my super duper best tip. I don't want to paint any other way. It does, however, it's a different way of painting. It's not multiple thin coats. It's splodge it on. Nah, Darkish, it's fine. It's just people lurking. There's loads of people in there. It doesn't matter if the chat's busy or not. It really doesn't. It's about the painting, and a lot of people like to lurk. 90% of the world like to lurk, you know? Maybe even 95%. I like a good lurk myself. It's not all about the chat. You know, a busy chat is nice, but it doesn't have to be all the time. Nope. No, sir. Now, let's get Corax White. I do like my Corax White. It was an old Corax White that I had. Yeah, you don't need to... you can just splodge it on. And what splodging allows is it really ramps up the speed in which you get stuff painted. It allows you to spend more time on the fun stuff. Why is this Corax White so grey? Let's go in there and... Okay, so we've got ourselves in a bit of a bind, right? This Corax White is in bad shape, right? You can see it's starting to go a bit splodgy, but I don't want to add ink to my Corax White. I don't want to increase the pigment, but I need to fix it a little bit. So now I've got to reach from a Chili P, which is Lahmian Medium. Now, the only reason it's orange is because I accidentally mixed in some Chili P, but I'll use this because it's no pigment, but it's not water. I'll use that. And that will just zhuzh it up a little bit. Spammy saying something I need to pay attention. Love hearts clearly catch my eye as well. If you want to put a love heart in your message, let me see. I usually be more active, but I've got a few things going on this morning. I'm still listening to Table's Top Tips for a course. Spammy, it's fine. Lurking is fine. I'm perfectly content being background. Corax White's criminally understand. Some drop water and post. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, don't add water. No, don't drop water in. Darkish, you're in the wrong stream. Not once have I said add water. Darkish, you're in the wrong place, buddy. I never said add water. Shame on you. I never said at any point put water. I do not advocate for putting water in paint, guys. All right? I don't for 1 second. Do you know what? I immediately don't like adding just Chili P. I'm going to add... Where's my Griffin Charger? Come on. Where are you, buddy? Time to shine, Griffin Charge. Time to shine. Where are you? Okay, Griffin Charge is currently unavailable. Oh, here he is. I'm going to add some Griffin Charger Grey because that Chili P has not done justice. So I'm gonna lose a little bit of brightness, but it needs a little bit of just needs a little something because you can see it's gone on patchy. Do you see that? It's gone on a bit thick, a bit patchy. It's not a consistent coat. It's not watery enough or pigmenty enough. So I need to do that, right? And then this bit again, I'm just gonna do that. You know, I'm just gonna completely blast the grey out of that area. I'm just gonna completely destroy that. There we go. I didn't ink that either, so it needs an ink. But clearly, I'm going to just put the white in those recesses and then ink that shizness. That's fine. So now that we've done that white, we can go round on our Saturnines again with our new Griffin Charger, Chili P, and Corex White. Just dab it on. Corex White is criminally underrated. Just drop some water in. No, not water. Yeah, the heart worked again. Yep, Darkish momentary lapse in judgment due to demonic possession. He said he adds water to his Corex White to get it to do what he wants. And as I've just said, so I didn't ink those greys. I didn't ink them at all. So what we will do next is ink them, but I'm committed to putting a Corex White layer on, so I'm going to do that. Hey Schmitz, hey buddy. So Schmitz, the old Bolt Action Warlord Games stuff should be on the way. They've put in. I spoke to them yesterday. They've put in a third requisition, so hopefully we're going to get to paint some war thingies, some tankies and weathering and all that good stuff. And then I'm hoping to have a little chit-chat conversation with you about tanky paintings, because I've been following what you've been posting with interest, Schmitters, but I haven't been able to comment. I feel like I wanna bridge that gap a little bit so we can have a little chinwag about those things. Also, table biscuits. Do you even drink water? Yeah, look here, water. Megaforce water. It's blue can, so it must be water, right? Oh, Big Mac. No, it's always nice to see Big Mac. I make the face with Big Mac. You know, in the last episode of The Boys, where Homelander's in the presidential office, right? And he looks sad. He's sitting in the chair and he looks disappointed. And then Billy Butcher comes in and his little face lights up. I feel like that when Big Mac comes in. It's just a treat. He's just my favourite clanker in the whole world. He really is. He's just my favourite clanker. If I'm to be lined up and executed by a clanker when they take over, I hope it's Big Mac. You know? And he's like, I'm sorry, table. I got to, I've got orders from upon high. I'm sorry, it's your time to go. Thanks for all the good times. And I'll be like, and I'll put my hand on one of Big Mac's incredibly sharpened, multi-jointed shoulders, and I'll say, "It's all right, buddy. I never needed my intestines anyway. You do what you got to do, son." And that would be that. Are you guys subscribed to Panzer? Do you know what? There's something about table biscuits that I like. I'm not subscribed to Panzer. I'm actively moving away from subscription services. I think they're awful. I know I actively don't get involved with subscription services. I don't want to do subscription services, and I don't want a Wi-Fi connection to something that doesn't need it. My fridge does not need to be connected to the internet. I don't need it. I don't want it. Right, those whites are done. Marvelous. Let's look at the damage on this back here. Where's my knife? Oh, I've got always cut my hand knife. Where's my good knife? We're gonna have to go with always cut my hand knife. Okay, fine. Let's just it's just ever so slightly there. Do you see it? So this knife blade, don't ever buy knives like this. This curved blade is sharp all the way along, and every time you trim something, it just presses into your thumb. Table biscuits should join the... I'm not joining your little gang, Darkish, for multiple reasons. One, I'm a bit of a hermit. Two, I'm socially awkward. Just ask Warden. That guy's been pushing me for a collab, and I've wanted to, but, I was shouting at the guy, and he was just sleepy. Just for being sleepy. I do owe him a big apology, but I fear that the poor guy already hates me. So, never mind. Right, okay. Yellows. Let's get some yellow on this armor plate. But again, I'm going to leave... Where the ink's gone, I'm going to leave that. I think that might be a nice detail. So, as best I can, I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to bring these yellows up. I'm very much doing the same thing on this as I'm doing on the armor. But my concern is that I'm painting too much yellow. because my Tyranids were yellow because I wasn't using much yellow, and I wanted to get better with yellow. But now I'm leaning into using yellow on too much stuff. So I've been doing yellow on my Orcs. I've got some yellow on my Space Marines. I need to move away. I need a new colour scheme. Do you know what? And that's how we're going to break it up. I know exactly what I'm going to do to change things up a little bit. Do you know what I'm really bad at painting with? Greens. I'm awful with greens. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a little bit on there. I'm going to leave that front bit. Even though it's different on both sides, I'm going to leave it. And I might do a little bit of yellow there. And a little bit more yellow under there. Because I don't want it to look uniform. There's a little nodule there on his spiky head bit. So I'm going to have to take in, cut yourself knife, and I just need to scrape that off. Okay, didn't cut myself. That's always a treat. And then there's the tail. I need to yellow this tail. Do you see the difference in the lackluster yellow? I'm definitely doing my mixes wrong with the spray. I feel like I need to take my airbrush to like a craft workshop where I can set it up and have someone sitting over me and talking me through what to do. I've got to figure out something that gets me out of the house but lets me still stream. I've got to figure something out. Beautiful. Right, that's that done. Now we need you know what, I'm going to look for what greens I have. Let's go ahead and do it. And especially dark greens. Table biscuits, biscuits, biscuits. I'm saying every time I want your attention. Overkill. No, Darkish. Biscuits, biscuits seems to 100% get my attention. Right, we got Auric Flesh. We got Warboss Green. There. I want what have we got here? We've got some lighter ones. We've got Cauldron Ooze. We've got Acid Spray. Inks wise, we've got Striking Scorpion Green. We're going a bit bright. We're going to enlist the help of... I'd like to go Agrax Earthshade, but instead I'm going to go Null Oil. Null Oil is going to be our ink of choice on these greens. Table, biscuits, biscuits, biscuits. Forgot to say the Love Heart table. It's all right, don't worry. You're doing sterling. Oh, Carrion Boy Crimson. Hey, you know what? Let's hold fire on the greens for a second. Let's Carrion Boy that neck. Let's do that. Let's Carrion Boy the neck of the Norn. Now you'll see with Carrionburg that it doesn't blast it quite so much as the Sigland Burgundy. It does my recesses. Can you see that it's just zhuzhing up the recesses that are already purple? You see that? It's not so potent on the blues. But what it is zhuzhing up my recesses. And I like that. I can get behind that. Carrion Boig. Burgundy's good, but it's just more potent. I like it. I like it a lot. It's doing a lot of work there for those little recesses. That bit there was meant to be blue, but now it's pink. Yeah, see how it's going? It's really... Oh, Carrionburg is underrated. It really is. I've been underrating Carrion Boigs, but Carrion Boigs definitely has a place at the table. It just... Look, see how these recesses are too light? Carrion Boig it just darkens up those little white bits and leaves the blues relatively intact. You're not going to get perfect, but it's still doing good work. It's just... Oh, good job, Carrion Boig. I like you. Go in there, can you? Just go in there for me a little bit. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it is that's a big improvement, and I will take it, and it will fix these recesses a little bit, the ones that I painted on. There we go. Good job, Carrion Boig. Good job indeed, you little beauty. Done, done, done. And then I think it's just a little bit on here. Not a lot. Oh, I did these little blue bits as well. These little, like, brain-holding spatula bits. Let's do those. Good. Some nice progress there on the old Norn. You're going to look lovely when you get reattached. Should I invite Darkish too? I tell you what, Darkish, if you're interested, right, get other Darkish into Top Cam chat, and I want you to spin a narrative. I want you to tell me a tale, not so much a story, but I want you guys to engage in conversation. The topic is largely up to you. But what I want is an undercurrent that the Darkishes don't like each other. But they never outright say it, but it oozes out of them whilst they're talking about whatever this subject may be. Do you think you've got that in you? Is that, oh wait, I'm breaking the rules. I'm not demanding anything. I'm just saying that would be nice if it happened. I'm not demanding nothing. Right, whites are done. You know what I'm going to mix up? I'm going to mix up a red. I'm going to go 1990s Blood Angel red, and I'm going to go Doomfire magenta, right? That's what I'm going with. So I'm going to mix those up, and we're going to do the bottom section of the Saturnines. That's a lot of 1990s blood red. I don't get any more once it's gone, table. Although, to be honest, when I buy some, there's bound to be some knocking about because the stuff just doesn't go off. Doomfire magenta, a little bit more. I love painting. I absolutely love painting. I absolutely bloody adore it. And I tell you what would be nice. It's possible, just possible, that with Warlord games, not Warhammer, I don't have the numbers, but with Warlord games, that if they're going to send me out a new thing, I can be up to date. So I always get to paint something that's new and exciting, and I like that. That's quite the little treat. Now, these guys are not red, so do I red that? I've got a bit of a dilemma. Do I lean into the colour that its base coat, or do I not? I'm gonna do red. I'm gonna do red. I'm gonna red this. Yeah, I'm gonna red it. I've decided. Now that's a little bit too much like a brushstroke, table. Just dab it on. Don't do actual painting. Just dab it on. You need to leave. See, with the dibby dabs, you need to leave some moisture on there. And as long as you don't get blobbing is when you dab on too much. But you'll be able to see when it's wanting to blob. It will be happening during the dry process, because what happens is if it blobs, it will dry lumpy, or even worse, you brush it off and you've got like a little crater. It makes a little crater. It's potentially not so good. But you'll see. You know what? I'm not regretting red at all. I'm not regretting red at all on that. I'm happy with that. I was going to do red because I wanted this to be the lightest red on the red of the other shoulder pads. But now that I'm putting it on here, I'm not regretting it. It's almost like Poland flag. Almost. So if I just dibby dab on there, just as straight a line as I can. It's a pretty straight line, table, frankly. These hours are really paying off. There we go. What I like is painting little bits of lots of things. Painting the Terminator. Now this one I don't want to go in recesses. This one I want to blob some on, but I don't want to go in those recesses. I want to leave a little bit of the darker red in there. Now again, these have been double sprayed, but I just couldn't get the darks and the darks and the lights on the lights right with the airbrush. Now, I'm hoping that with the airbrush, where it's really going to be coming into usefulness, is spraying on, like, muck onto vehicles. I think spraying on muck will really help me out. Oh, he's giving it a go. Credit where credit's due to Darkish. He's giving it a go. Spinning a yarn. It's a little bit passive-aggressive, which is exactly what I was asking for, so... There we go. We just dibby dabs a little bit on. And then what I think we can do as well is the black stripes. The black stripes of the other shoulder. For models that I wasn't going to paint much on, I don't have to keep coming back to these Saturnines. If anything, I feel like they're starting to grow on me. Because I keep coming back to them. I'm like, oh, I'm done with those. I'm not doing any more on those. That face is enough. But it's like I'm trying to hammer it out to a stage where I like them. But I find when you're going in and painting something and you don't have a clear mental idea of what you want, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult. But I'm really into my heraldry at the moment. I like my I'm really liking my heraldry. So this one's dibby dabs. Dibby dabs on there. We'll see how this comes out. It might need a Reichland, but as the reds are quite dark, I might not even Reichland those. I might go I might go harsher. I might go with, maybe I'll go null oil. Maybe. Right, we've got a little time whilst those are drying. So there we go. That's those. Good, good, good. The Dreadnought. He needs a little bit of a zhuzh up here. A little bit of a dibby dabs. But I don't want to go brighter than that. I don't want to go brighter than that. That's the extent of it. I want to go no brighter than that red. Okay, just build that up a bit. It's not inked. It does need an ink. I'll clean it up, don't worry. It's gonna, when the golds go on, it's gonna need a Reichland, so yes, it's perfect darkish. I think my count's off. It currently reads 0 people in both chats. But I'm gonna trust in the lurk. I'm not worried. So we've got our greens, we've got our null oil. I'm thinking of switching null oil out for Agrax if I can find it. I do. I'm gonna switch null for Agrax, okay? I'm switching to Agrax. Yeah, I'm going to switch to Agrax. Now, I need some really dark browns. Let me think. I need some really dark browns that I don't like using. They're going to be... What have we here? No. I want something that I don't typically use. What have we got going on here? Here we are. So we've got... that's a red. That's a purple. Purples. Bugmans. Here we go. Doomball Brown. I don't like Doomball Brown. Doomball Brown mixed with Skeleton Hur. Where's Skeleton Hur? No, that's Bugmans. Let's just take this tray out. Here we are. Rhinox Hide. Terrible with that as well. Good. Agrax. Mornfang Brown. I don't like that either. Perfect. Good. There's some browns that I didn't want to use. That's marvellous. Mid-brown ink. Mid-brown ink. Don't use you. Ooh. Cyclops Flesh. Another one. Good. Right, we've got some mixes. Now... I'm going to give those browns a go whilst we're waiting for the other bits. Stop checking the numbers table, you moron. Paint the things. Right, so I've got my eliminators, right? And what I've done here is you can see I've drawn some lines and I panicked and gave up because I didn't know what colours to go with. But I've decided what I'm going to go with now. I'm going to mix up some browns and greens and I'm going to alternate them. So my darkest brown is Rhinox Hide. So I'm going to go Rhinox Hide with Agrax Earthshade. That's number 1. So let's scoop this out. That is a very dark brown. Yeah, I definitely am not going to enjoy using this. I'm not good with dark browns. But then let's make it a little bit darker with some Agrax. Yeah, the numbers just lie. You can't look to them. And what I should do is I should stop peeking under my blue tack. It's a bit naughty of me to do that. I shouldn't do it. It's not big. It's not clever. Right, I'm going to put these browns to one side. So I want to kind of, if I hit gold with these browns, I want to be able to repeat it. And you know, as we're going to need to do camo, this brown is having some troubles. See if I can vortex it a little bit more. So we've got, yeah, the vortex. Oh, yeah, I should have shown that before and after, actually. That's come up a treat. So there we go. Let's go that brown. And I'm going to add some, I'm going to add my mid-brown to this. And the good thing about these paint pots is that you can just drip it in. You don't have to stick your brush in. Oh, oh my God. Oh no! What just happened? Oh no! There was clearly some kind of blockage, and the entire end has just blasted me and mine. I did not know that these bits come off. Clearly there was a blockage. I did not know that they did that. Everything's been browned. I need to mid brown. You need to go over here. I need to do something with you. I've been slimed. It's all over the wet palette. If you look at top cam, we've got no shortage of brown. We've got a lot of brown to do stuff with. It's in all the colours. I'm sure we can use it. So now we know that the lids of those painted. We've now got a brown theme stream. We've got some brown. We have lots of browns. So the thing is, what's lucky is this wall got blasted. If I just turn the phone briefly, a paint that we've mixed today, red and brown, marvelous. We've got a lot of browns. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to add my Doom Ball brown to an existing splodge of brown on my palette. I'm going to be economical with the browns. So we've got Doom Ball brown with brown. That is now the browning, the great May browning. Oh man, I got so browned, guys. That brown really browned me. It browned everything. But on the plus side, the models are unscathed. No one's got any browning. So there's no... Yeah, that corner, I mean, that's rough, isn't it, right? That is... We all know what that looks like, right? We all know that feeling. We all know that feeling, is what I'm saying. We're all very much aware of what that is. So let's go for my double dark brown with extra brown. And we'll just take that off the old palette. Hello, clone. Sorry, I just browned myself. So let's just do a chunk. Let's dibby dab this one with this brown. Now, I want to follow the lines, but I don't want to follow the lines too accurately. But it seems that I cannot avoid my exceptional skill, and I am following these lines exactly. I was going to do them a little bit more dibby-dabby, a bit more patchy-patchy, but it would seem that I'm just going with that. It's very useful having this extra brown. Everything is definitely going to be brown, and the greens will be brown. So I'm just going to leave that like that, right? Nara has strong memories of the browns. Darkish is off. All right, Darkish. Catch you later, buddy. I'm just trying a new painting technique, KS. My painting technique is to blast everything with brown. Now, this brown is too brown. You can see that it's going to pull. You can see it wants to pull. Now, I could try and dab some of that off, or I could hope that it dries in time. I'm going to leave it. No, I'm not. I'm going to get my T-shirt. And I'm going to dab it with my T-shirt. There we go. So I've done a tactical T-shirt dab in, and I've just removed some of the extra brown. Oh my! Everything is browned. I can't believe how much I've browned myself, guys. I really browned myself. Now I've made a mistake. I've jumped to this model to do this bit, but what I want to do is I want to pick out a random piece of armor as well, because I'm going to do the armor like the robe. So that's browned. It's a bit excessive again, so I'm going to give it a T-shirt dabby, which I've done. And I'm going to go back to the original one. And I'm going to pick a bit of armor. So let's pick this elbow section here, and let's brown that. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to brown that bit. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we'll get there. It's a bit busy. Now that I'm dodging browns and all the models. Could I tell Dark stop? Dark's gone. So I guess technically I did tell him to stop being mean. He's left, clone. He's left. You don't need to worry about that no more. I don't need to tell him nothing. He's gone. He's gone. Let's do the hand with this guy. Let's do the hand. And I don't know in what ratios this is going to be, so I'll just do two. I'll do two of these browns. Where's the next guy? You are over here. Yeah, don't worry, Darkish is gone. Don't worry, big scary Darkish is gone. He's gone now. I'm gonna do this patch right here. I'm gonna brown this patch on the head. So yeah, I penciled these lines in. Ven was very keen for me to do camouflage blues, but I'll be honest, it's not that I ignored his request. I just pushed out. I got chickeny scaredies, so I just stopped. I didn't bother. I'm going to do kneecap and this leg bit of this armor. What kind of armor type is this? Where they have like it's not infiltrator. What is it? Incursor? No, I don't know what it is. But I'm going to do that one brown. It's a lot of brown I'm putting on, but it's okay. Right now, I've already screwed up my blues and brown. I've screwed up every single color apart from the bright red. Let's I might change my palette out. It's this one. I'm going to keep it forever. It says mid brown, but what it should have been called was explosive brown. It should have been called Night Out on the Town brown. Night Out on the Town brown. Yeah, it was awful. But we've got the lighter brown. Let's put that on as well. So, without touching browns, I'm going to use this brown in two places. I'm going to go this one here, along there. It wants me to go along there and along there. And then it wants me to go all the way to the edge. That's where the original line was. Yeah, it's that Tomino. What's that song? I'm pushing my music knowledge now. So there was friggin' Cotton Eye Joe, right? It was Cotton Eye Joe, and then they released another song that was very similar to it. It was like poking in a hole or something. Poking in a hole. We've got big beards and we're a bit slow. You know, they tried it with another song. Hey, these eliminators will definitely remind me of the browning. I'm going to do a big old bit of brown in there. You know, just a big old... Maybe I'm going too specific with the body armor. Yeah, let's change that up. Let's put a bit of this brown right next to the other brown. Oh, that's too much. Let's break that up a little bit. Maybe we're going too uniform with camouflage on the armor. I'm going to mix them. And I'm going to be a bit faster with this because the mistakes will lend to camouflage a bit more. Let's go there. Let's do that. Let's try and complete a whole piece of armor segment, but not worry too much if I don't. Yeah, there we go. That's we need to get a feel for it. We need to figure out what we're doing with these guys. Where's third guy? I'm not very good with camo. I will be honest with you, but we can figure this out together. I'm going to do that whole boot, and I'm going to try and bleed out a little bit from there. Let's just do that. And you know what? The floor, I'd like to think the camouflage is tailored to the planet, so I'm going to do a bit of brown on that bit as well. There's a lot of milliput on this base. You can see I've milliputted the terrain as well. In hindsight, it wasn't my best work, but basing stuff is tough. This was during my phase of, you know what? I'm going to base things. I changed my mind on that one. I think basing is not necessary. I really don't value it. I mean, if you're minted, you know, and you can buy the basing bits and the nice little doobly-doos, fine. But I think it's just another layer. It's like upgrade sprues, you know, like it's a different level. It did smell like farts before the browning, Big Mac, buddy. To be honest. Right, let's put our eliminators over there next to the brown. I'm gonna change my palette. This is too much brown. I'm gonna change this out. Let's see if I can just peel this out. I have pre-cut some wet palette paper, so I've got enough to. Oh, I've got a little bit of. I'm leaking. I'm leaking a bit of brown, guys. I got a little bit of brown leakage. Bear with me. Brown. So here's a top tip for you. I've got a top tip for you guys. So when you've got your baking paper, right? What you want to do is you want to screw up your baking paper, right? You screw up your baking paper and it will adhere when it's creased up, it won't curl up so readily when you apply it to your palette. So that would adhere a lot better than if it was just a flat piece. I know, I would say that's Table's top tip, but I stole it from somewhere. So I'm just going to pretend it's mine. Table's top tip, I 100% made that up myself. Check that out. I totally eyeballed cutting that piece of paper out as well. And it fits perfect. Pre-cut your oven paper slices. You don't want to have to keep doing it every single time. Looks a lord. Yeah, why am I looking in the fridge when it's painting time? Why not Panzer? I just figured out that I can, so I thought I would. Right, we've got our new piece of paper. What should we pick up next? Do we want to do some stamping? How are these guys looking? We can mark these armors. Now the trick with tape is you just commit to it. So you find your angle and you commit. And what I'm going to do is my angle is going to be that bit there. See that bit of plate? That's my angle. That's the angle I'm going with. So every piece of tape will go on based off of that. So, and the thing is, I don't even want to, the trick is don't take too long with it. You kind of commit. Once it's on roughly, you commit to it and that's your line. There you go. I should wiggle that ever so slightly. I probably will. All right, fine. Chum, if you have one channel going at one time, I get more customers. I can tell you the mentality, right? Do you know why we have the top angle? Because I'm trying to be nice, because people are requesting the top-down angle, but I don't know how... I'm not good with OBS, so the nearest I can do is just turn on another stream with that camera. I'm doing it to be nice. I want people to have the option, you know? Oh, sorry, Big Mac. I'm getting business advice. I'm sorry, buddy. Now, this is already taking longer than I like. I've kind of fallen out of love with masking tape. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So you stay like that. Okay, so that one's staying. I'm going to take off this one. Right? And I'll put it there. Because I've got enough pieces now for spacers. Like that. So I'll put that on there. And then this middle one can come off. And it's going to go there. Good. And then, so, black, black. That's a bit squiffy. Black, 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 black. This one will be black. That one will be yellow. I'm going to pencil it. I'm going to pencil it. So, that bit there, fine. That bit there, fine. And then here and here. Now, so I just have to remember that I have to cover over the pencil with the black. This one's a bit chunkier. You can see the tape's a bit janky. But now what we can do is we can take that one off and put that one there. And then that's all the lines we need. And I reckon I don't even need to be doing this, frankly. I reckon this is excessive. I think I just wanted to use the tape. But what I'm doing is excessive. But now we have our lines. So I'll just yank all those off. And we have our lines. Then they're a bit squiffy. But we can figure it out with the brush. That's what we can do. And I'm so confident that this is not going to work. I'm gonna do the black right now. I'm not even going to tape all the others. I'm going to do this one right away. And we'll see how we go. Now another thing... Oh, I should probably wait before I come back. Yeah, another thing that I'm going to change is my null oil. My null oil is a bit lackluster, and Abaddon Black and null oil, it doesn't cut it. Null oil and Abaddon Black, it's not pigmenty enough. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to try null oil. Agrax Earthshade and Abaddon. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, there's a lot of brown under there. Yeah, I don't like my Null, so I'm going to go Agrax Earthshade and Abaddon Black. I'm going to do that instead, and let's see if that gives me a little bit more of what I want. And I reckon it will. It will. So I need some Abaddons. Need a little bit more than that, frankly. A little bit more than that. And I'm going to add Agrax. I'm confident because my null is not. It's not black enough, simply put. I'm gonna, if I'm already generous, yeah. So I'm going Agrax and Abaddon, and hopefully this will work out a little bit. Not even hopefully, I think it will. Do you know what, Big Mac? I'm kind of tired of the investments. I'm a bit stressed out about money. I don't have money, let alone money to invest, bud. So basically, get better at your advice, Big Mac. I know you're a robot, but hang on. Initiate better advice that doesn't involve simply buying stuff. There you go. Hopefully that will reset the clanker. So we've got our Abaddons now. So we'll pick one and we go. I don't like to go black on the very edge. I like to leave that a yellow. But we've got this lovely little detail here. So for the sake of this one, I am going to do that because I want to leave that detail. So there we go. We go in black there. Again, pretty lackluster coverage, but it's better than with Null. So yeah, so it's that's what I would do. Tomo, I'm many things, but I'm not a commission painter. I'll leave that to the better painters. I'm not commission paint material. I will leave that to I'll leave that to the better ones. And we do this one. Whoop. And then whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. That's not a bad stripe. Good for you, Tomo. I'm glad you commissioned. I'm glad you're commissioned. I'm very happy for you. It's just not me, you know. No one's beating down my door to arrest me for the crimes that I will inevitably have to spend time to make amends for. And they're not doing it for commission painting either. That stripe is a little bit janky, but I still think it looks delicious. Good job, me. Oh, you build people's models for me, for them. To be honest, I would probably take up your services. I need some people to do some gluing. Gluing is the real bottleneck that I have. But we can't because EU Brexit. We can't do it. It's not possible. Can't send stuff back and forth without incurring very high duty fees. So I'm thinking I could just eyeball this. Well, no, the tape does give me a good guide for where to put the lines. I don't think I would have got this spacing as good if it was just me eyeballing a pencil. Yeah, I think it only looks strange to my eye because I haven't done the others yet. So we just go in and do you. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what? I think I might have got the right ratio there. I think I've got it. I think that's going to look just right. I think that's delicious. I think we've absolutely I think that's going to work out just fine. So much so that I might just do the next stage from this, which is to do a Flash Gits yellow with Illidan yellow. It's got very dark all of a sudden. We've got some dirty great rain clouds coming in. See, let me just whack on the old fancy lighting. Whoop, whoop. No, that's the wrong one. Go a little bit brighter for us. Yeah, clearly great rain clouds coming. Oh no, if it's raining, then the school thing's going to be. Oh no, it's massive amount of rain. Ah, that sucks. It's the end of school thing. No. Oh well. What time is it now? 1:15. Where's the time going? A little bit of flash gits. That's not a lot of flash gits, but we don't need a lot just to do this first bit. Illidan. Illidan. Why have I done with Illidan? Hello? Have I lost my mind? Illidan. I'll take any yellow at this point. Ah, here we are. Yeah, what, Tomo? What, Tomo? What's up, bird? What's up? Hi, Sang. Yeah, thank you, Sang. Thank you. You can talk in other chat as well. I don't know how to combine the chat on my limited technical expertise. Tomo, just join Discord. She's always in there, buddy. We don't know. She's always on Discord. So get to it. I'm not going to use a detail brush. I'm going to use this brush. Now, I don't want to go in the recesses. And there we go. And then here. Jam, 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 jam. Beautiful. Notice how I'm leaving a little bit of the other yellow and a little bit of the Reichland, but I'm still bringing up the yellows as I go. What an absolute treat. Don't they look tasty? I am rather pleased, and I don't regret leaving that yellow there. Look at those, huh? Yum, 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 yum. What deliciousness that is. They work. The black looks a little lackluster. It could do with a top up. So I say we give it a little bit of a top up. Bring that up a little bit. With our Agrax Abaddon combo. But we're not going to go to the edges this time. We're just going to bring up the center line. Because we've got the edge, and that's fine. I just want to bring up the blacks on those. There we go. And then we do this one. And then here. There we go. Perfect. Bring those up a bit. Yum, 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 yum. Good. Now, on this other side, I think we can go ahead and do a stamp. I say we stamp them. We need to find a sufficiently cool symbol to stamp these. I'm thinking like a skull or a symbol of some sort. Let's see. A fleur-de-lis? Is that what are these called? I'm going to just move my face out of the reflection. Are these a fleur-de-lis? These ones. They're fleur-de-lis, right? I need to check the sizes. Let's see. Does that fit? The big one might just fit, actually. Unless we can find something else that interests me. It might be that. Dual axes, dual swords. No. Symbols, no. Numerals? I might go numerals. Maybe numerals. Orcs, no. Those symbols, no. Maybe fleur-de-lis. Yeah. Alright. Let's give that a go. Yeah, goblin stamping plates, man. Gotta love them. Where's my scraper? Ah, there you are, you little beauty. So I need black. Where are we? We got red, we got white. Where's black? Are you in here? Yes, you are. Good. I reckon this will fit. I think this is going to work out just fine. But I just need to make sure that the way I do it every single time marries up to every single guy. So scrape, grab with no pressure, grab, got it, there it is. And then I'm going to go with the angle of the bottom corner is the point where the point of the bottom of the symbol goes. So it goes like that. Right, what do we think? What do we think? Does that look poo? Does that look good? What do we think? Are we going to stick with that? I could have done a skull. What's that, do a skull? I might do a skull. I'm not so sure about that. We've got some shields here. Maybe I go, yeah, Fleur-de-Lis's not the right one. Yeah, I'm going to cover it up. I've had a better idea. I got a better idea. I got a better idea. I'm going to go Corex White. I've just seen something I prefer. Right, so we're going to cover it over. Right, I'll just cover that up with some blobby blobby. Blobby blobby, blobby blobby, blobby blobby, blobby blobby, blobby blobby. There we go. So we just do that. I just feel like that symbol's more sisters symbol. Now that's a bit of a lumpy, bit of a blobby, yucky white, but that's okay. So the new symbol is going to be again in black. Oh, wait, Table, could you say hello? This is Stampy. Oh, I thought you meant Spammy. No. I don't know who you are. Who's Stampy? Who are ya? Stampy, who are ya? We don't know who you are. Oh, okay, you're welcome. It seems I inadvertently completed that achievement. So what I'm going with, cross, and then no pressure, grab it. I'm going with this. I saw this one. I prefer this one. So I'm going with this. Look, isn't this better? Look at that. Isn't that better? Isn't that better? It's just better, right? We got that. I think that's way better. I'm going with the shield. I'm going with the shield. I like it. What I'm going to put on the red is a skull. I'm going to put a skull on. Let's find a skull. I know I've got one. I've got a skull somewhere here. Not a silly looking one. I have a good one as well. No, I feel like maybe I've misplaced a plate. Yeah, I'm missing a plate. My favourite plate, I've put it somewhere else. Ah, here's not just one, but two. Ah, okay. There we go. So skulls are on here. You know what? I am going to go with a skull. We knew he'd be back. Oh, no, wait. I was thinking of someone else. I didn't know he'd be back. We're going to go white. I'm just going to borrow my other Goblin Hobbies plate that I blue tacked to this bit. I don't need it to be blue tacked on there because the camera angle's changed. So I need to actually use it as a scraper. That's what I need to do. Right, so if I go white and I use my second scraper. Oh, I love the smell of this stuff. I know you shouldn't love the smell, but it's quite nice. Or at least it's nice to me. So we scrape that. 1, 2, 3. Quick grab. We got our skull. It's a little bit wonky. I used ever so slightly too much pressure. But wonky or not, we're going for it. And it's going to go right there. There we go. Skull on. So we've got skull and shield and stripes. Perfect. There we go. That's what I'm going with. I'm starting to like these guys more and more. I'm starting to like them more and more. We need to figure out what we're doing with the rest of it, but we're really coming along. Do I want to run with one? Or no, let's just hang out. Let's just hang out and have fun and just see where we go. We don't need to just plow on ahead and get one super done. I think we're all right. I think it's more about just the relaxing. I think I just want to relax and just get some painting bits done. I'll clean those plates as and when I need to. Then I'm not just cleaning and stamping and cleaning and stamping. That's what I'm thinking. They look lovely. Yeah, they're really coming along. I like that. I'm glad I painted over the fleur-de-lis because I feel like we were going the wrong direction there. And I'm glad I listened to my gut. So I'll just pop these plates to one side. Very little desk space. If any of you happen to own a very large furniture company and want to sponsor me a standing desk, That'd be great. I could really use a standing desk. Ah, Clone's gone. Brrr. Yeah, if you own a furniture company, hit me up and sponsor me with a standing desk. One of those ones that you go beep beep, you know, an Oppie and Downium, you know, with the Oppie and Downy buttons. Right, the pencil and the tape. Gotta be honest, it did work, didn't it? It worked out. So let's go commit to that again. So I say it was this line that was our guiding line, right? What I'm thinking though, guys, is I cheese it with just one piece of tape. I've just had a revelation that we can cheese it. We use this one piece as a sticky ruler. You know? We just do that. We go like that, right? Mark our line on, like so. And then we lift off our sticky ruler and we whack it back on. And as long as we can see the lead line, we know it's going to be thick enough. It's got to be at the edge of that line, like so. Like so. Like, so help me. This has got to be right now. Sticky ruler, on you go. We mark it. This is now my new... do you know what? I think this is the way to go. I really do. So this should cover up the detail. It doesn't. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit different. A little bit different. But frankly, I'll take a little bit different if the stripes themselves are even. Uneven freehand stripes immediately look rubbish. They immediately stand out as bobbins. So as long as the stripes look spaced, I'm fine with it. If you haven't, and you think me blasting brown everywhere has been entertaining, yeah, could I get a like for... Can you press a like on the streams if you enjoy blasting brown everywhere? That's, yeah, if you like blasting brown, please be sure to drop a like. Yeah, if you've ever blasted brown, drop a like on the stream, will you please? We've got to spare a thought for the destruction that I've wrought upon myself. You know what? They look a lot slicker. They look a lot slicker, those stripes. I think I think we found the code there, guys. I think that's the way to go. So, I went first stripe black, but the spacing on this is different. Look, the stripes are different on this one. I didn't get as far as doing a first stripe black. Interesting. So, what we will do is we will do second stripe. No, I'm getting myself painted into a corner. Oh, I used a pun. I need to yellow up that bit. I need a little bit of bright yellow in there because the black is going to come in there and blitz it. So I need to yellow that now because I'm not going to get in there without destroying the black line first. And black lines matter, you know? Do you know see what I did there? Black lines matter, guys. Is that too much? So this one is black. So I say I was going to go from the other end, but I'm actually going to just trust my gut that I can paint this line straight without the colours bleeding into each other too much. I'm just going to trust in my ability to dibby dabs. And I think the jury's still out on this, but if I can just dibby dab that bit, dibby dab, like that, it would seem that it has sort of mixed, but not enough for it to be a problem. Although I could have just done the other stripes and saved me that danger, but so help me. So help me, I'm addicted to the danger. I just wanted to risk it to see. I need to see where the lines are. You know, I need to see what does and doesn't work, frankly. So we go there and go here. And then this looks a little bit wild. I don't know why this angle feels wrong. But we will know once it's blocked in. It looks a... You know what? It's because we haven't done all the stripes. The jury's still out. New method. Let's get them in. And then see where we're at. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, a little bit of overlap there. A little bit of a boo-boo. That's okay. And then just this one in the corner. Let's see. Let's see how we're shaping up. Let's have a look. No, I accidentally put a little bit of thumb black paint on the stripe, and I think that looks quite nice. It looks. It's actually less stripes. That way is actually less stripes. It doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as good, guys. I'm calling it. It doesn't look as good. Something. There's a certain something missing between those stripes. What do we think? I think we leave it as a lesson. I think we don't paint over it. But for a second there, I was thinking that was going to be a new way to go, a new avenue for painting. But I don't like what it's doing there. I'm not a fan. Now this yellow is quite pigmenty, so we can definitely go over the Abaddon to get this straight edge. But yeah, so just doing one tape, penciling it, another tape, it results in bigger stripes. And I liked the other one more, so this has got a bit of a bulge to it, this one. So we need to try and clean off that ever so slight curve. Ever so slight curve on it. I don't know if you can see that, but I just had to just go in and use the yellow to straighten that a little bit. A little bit of yellow there. Okay, it looks a bit better. A bit better. This line did bleed, so I'm going to use the yellow to draw my line with my dibby dabs. And as long as there's enough paint there, it will make a line. Okay, better. Better, but not perfect. This only looks a little bit deceptive because it's going around the curve of the circle. So if I can do a little bit of a visual tweak in there. There we go. Frankie. No way, bud. How you doing, Frankie? What a treat. Frankie, do me a favour. I want you to blast open fire up both live streams. You can show double support. You can be in both streams. Really help with my numbers. You know those numbers that matter, don't matter, / matter. Just drop yourself in both streams. In fact, if you're willing, if all of you are willing, just fire up the other stream. You can mute it, whatever you want. But if I could have the same amount of people in both chats, I can't check the numbers. If you're already doing it, great. But if you really want to help me out, it's just a couple of clicks. You're not going to get spammed with anything. It's just please fire up both streams. It would really, really help me out. And yeah, I'm breaking my own rules. Don't ask anything of chat. Sorry, I'm breaking my own rules. You forgive me. I'm only human. Frankie, I done had a little bit of an accident. I browned myself a little bit here. There was a little bit of a brown explosion. I'm not even going to tell you what that is or why it happened, but it did. I'm liking those stripes. No, I'm not liking those stripes. We're going to go full with the tape. Full with the tape. Now we know, but I think it was worth the experiment. Thanks, Sang. That's really appreciated. It's a very minor thing, but it helps me out a shed load. And if I want to get that sweet ad revenue so we can actually do things, I'm going to have to... These numbers are niche. So my niche for today's stream is that I browned everywhere. So that's my niche. I got the niche of the ability to brown oneself. And the numbers are there. So, when Spammy said hi to Frankie, I immediately had the desire to sass Frankie, but I'm not going to do it. Match the energy of the stream table. Listen to your own rules of governments. If it's just nice, quiet, chitty-chatty, just be nice, quiet, chitty-chatty. If it goes a bit bonkers, you go a bit bonkers. Don't just come in at 100 table. Do what people do. Like, gauge the room. You know? Don't just start screaming. No. I gotta be a better table. Better table. Best of tables. Thanks, Spammy. I appreciate that. I have no frame of reference. The numbers are just they're just not there. I don't know what's going on. I can't see. I'm certain I'm not getting an accurate description because I'm getting zeros. It says zeros on my screen. So the good news is that I can forget about it because I don't know, never will know. So that's kind of nice. That one's a little bit janky. It'll be all right. So now this stripe should fully cover that little lovely little yellow square detail. And it does. What is it about? It's something about the width of the pencil line or the inaccuracy of getting a tape exactly right on a pencil line. One of the two. I don't know exactly what it is. Frankie, you fancy some sass? Well, I mean, all right. Let's see what we could come up with. What's should I just go for what my brain's telling me to say? I'm happy. I'm really happy Frankie's dog's dead. Part of me feels like going there. Is that too much sass? Should I bring the dog into it? Is that not collateral damage? Is that not... Who was it who said, if there are no dogs in heaven, then I don't want to go there? I 100% truck with that saying. If Frankie's dog's in heaven, I don't want to go. That's what I take from that saying. Is that too much, Frankie? I don't know. I haven't sassed anyone today. Is that too... Is that too... Did I go too far? Did I go too far out the end? I don't know. I don't know. Every single dog lover's gonna hate me now. Yeah. I'm not gonna apologize. It's not my fault. Disability. I'm disabled. Leave me alone. I don't know. I've deliberately been not sassing people. Oh man, I tell you what, yesterday's stream, I am cringing at just how much poor old Warden. I can't bring myself to watch it. Poor Warden, middle of the night, he was going to go to bed, but he stayed up just to be on TikTok with me, and I'm pretty sure I spoke to him in the most horrible, cranky way, and it wasn't even the guy's fault. I almost put it on private. I almost put the stream on private. I was going to click it, but then I was like, Table, warts and all, buddy. You got to have your mistakes out there too. You got to have those too. So I left it. Right, okay, first one yellow. Yes and no, I've been doing first one yellow. So this one will be black. Because we know the detail of the next one is super yummy delish. So let's try and get this one out. I should have a pair of tweezers for this. I don't have a pair of tweezers, so I will use immediately cut yourself. You could do that, yeah. The trouble is, what happened is Warden joined, not Warden's fault, but he tapped into my janky, and I was already primed to be cranky, right? What I needed... Oh, it's so embarrassing. It's not even his fault. It's not even his fault, but he got the brunt of it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like me anymore. I'm pretty sure Table Warden not friends. I was so... It's not even his fault. I let the jank... The jank was... Oh, it's so bad. But yeah, Frankie, it's definitely... there's definitely a lot of funsies to be had from that. I'm just a bit embarrassed. But at the same time, own your mistakes. Own your mistakes, guys. Sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we go do a doobry-doo. Right, I'm just going to friggin' put on the pencil. Do I want to do that little tiny bit? I mean, it's barely a pencil width. So what I don't want to do is cover the pencil line when I paint on the blacks, because the pencil line is snug against... Yeah, that's what I want to do. That line's going to be a bit janky, but I can amend that. I'm going to say I can amend that in post if we're using fancy painting speak. You need Freds and Spammy to bring you back on. Nice Table. I blame them solely. You're innocent. Thanks, Frankie. I just can't do it on my own. I can't do it on my own. Sometimes... Do you know what I think it was, Frankie? Right? I was drunk on how much I enjoyed Monday. So for those of you that don't know, Monday I streamed for 5 hours. Normally I work out and then stream, so I'm not so janky. But I thought I'd do the 5 hours and I'd exercise in the evening. But I didn't work out on Tuesday, so I was a bit hepped up. bit too much crank, and then poor old Darkness, he tapped into it somehow, and then he caught some flack. But I worked out today, so I can't. I gotta hide the jank. You know, I need to come across as semi-normal, but I need to throw some weights around and shout a bit, to let off some steam. You know, let off the janks. So, but poor Dark, not Dark, poor Warden. It's safe to say I don't think we're going to be collaborating on TikTok. What made me cranky is how much I hate TikTok, and because me liking Warden is not enough reason for me to go on TikTok. Because TikTok is all over bad. It's all over not nice. It's not a pleasant place to be. I don't think it's a good place to stream. I understand why Warden wants to do it, but I just think it's awful. I think that the only good thing about TikTok is that Warden is on there, for me personally. So I'm ranting. I'm going to stop now. I'm ranting. Let's get back to the painting. So now this time, this lovely little detail is in the yellow. So I get to keep that. I think that little square is a lovely little detail that I want to keep. So I'm not going to get rid of that. Now I've got to guess where this line would go. I'm going to say there-ish. But it doesn't go all the way down like I've marked it. Clearly the little shape here bends the tape just enough to change the angle. So I need to take that into account. Then we just go all the way up here, but then leave the vent, the little line there. I love those little details. I think they really help out with the stripes. At least Spammy can make his own mistakes. What? Wait, are you guys giving me an out? Is that what you're doing? You're giving me an out. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But I will notice, Warden, he's going great guns. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need me. He's going into playing with the rules. He got the Devlan box. He's got an Angron. He's got a Defiler. So he's up to date. You know, his stuff's fresh. He's good at painting. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need me. And I can't even guarantee that I'm getting 11th. So I can't go with him into learning the rules. And I mean, maybe, you know, when the Warlord stuff comes through, I can be painting new stuff, exciting stuff, but it won't be Warhammer. So I can't keep up with him there. So it feels like we're going in different directions a little bit, if that makes sense. I'm ranting. Why is it that those stripes there look so much better? If anything, the yellow is a bit thick. It's a little bit thick. There we go. It's not even comparison, Frankie. Do you know what? These lines are so crisp. Do I even want to tweak them? They're too crisp. I'm just going to leave them like that. They're really crisp. I'm not even comparing myself to him. What it is that we're going in different directions. We're going in different... It's the same hobby, sure, but he's going in a direction that's making me sad. I can't follow that way. But he's going to do great. I know he's already is doing great. He's already on he's over 250 subs now. He'll be on 1,000 in no time. I'm really impressed. And he's got the gift of he can, for lack of a better word, network. He's got that gift. He's got that talent. So he's going to be just fine because networking is such an important thing. I guess talkie strangers would be what I would call it. But he's got that gift. He'll be fine. Table, if you don't end up learning 11th with physical books, models, I'll happily learn it with you on Tabletop Sim. Thanks, Spammy. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and learn it. I found this massive nerd center in the center of Helsinki. This massive, it's like 400 square meters, and they've got like private soundproofed gaming rooms. They've got all kinds of model systems. They've got like a 8-foot dragon with dry ice coming out of its snout. It's got a full bar, and I'm gonna go and ask them if I can stream in their facilities, because I'll be honest with you, that my janky's getting more janky. I need to get out of the house a little bit. I'm getting too janky. It's getting worse, not better. So I'm going to approach them and see if I can do streams from there. Oh, here's a question, right? If I take my house modem, right, it's got a SIM card in, right? So it's it's wireless. So if I take my home modem and fire it up at the model place and then connect to my modem, am I just using my house internet connection? Or because it just connects wirelessly to everything. It's not in a phone port or anything. Does that work? Can I do that? Spammy. I'm not even doing it justice. And they have some discount stuff. Like, for example, the skeleton box of Old World, the big box, was only 200. So you'd like it. I am really hot as well. Frankie's got that as well. I am really hot. And I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal, guys. All right? I'll make you a deal. If this actually manifests in reality and I pull my finger out and I actually anti-op and go to the gaming place and I get 11th and I can record in their little box rooms, their fancy little gaming rooms, I'll do face cam. I'll do that thing where, you know, you can see the person rolling the dice. There's a camera pointing at them. And you'll be like, oh my God, Table. I know he's an old man, but dear Lord, what a beauty. A Greek goddess, you might say. I'll do that. But then, yeah, I'll do that. That's quite a promise, actually. I don't like that, but I don't like that I've made that promise. But then what? We've got plenty of time before it actually happens, so I can just say that I didn't say it. Let's do some more stripes. I'm enjoying the stripes. Now that we've figured out now that we've got the recipe. So I can take my modem. Okay, there we go. But I assume as a nerd center, they might have like lethally fast internet anyway. So I might be able to just connect off that. Who knows? It seems I've gone full Saturnines. We started with the Norn, but I'm just going with the ebb and flow of what I fancy. And to be honest, these Saturnines are growing on me. And I would just like to get them. I'd just like to get them up to speed with the shoulders. I like that I'm doing a batch. I'm just going with what feels good. You know, I'm just going with what feels good. Yeah, you'll be too distracted, guys. And what will happen is people will just join the stream for the eye candy, you know? They'll just join the stream for the eye candy and I'll be set, you know? Then I'll create my website, Only Cakes, and then before you know it, I'll be on those really annoying shorts where it's like, hey, how do you make your money? And I'm just in a ridiculous car. I mean, I can't drive, so I'll just be sitting in like a really expensive car making car sounds. You know, can you show me your apartment? I'll just show them like a gold-plated wheelie bin. Gold-plated wheelie bin. Can you imagine that? Gold-plated wheelie bin. Just jacuzzis in every room. Cameras at the ready. Only. Done. But yeah, Only Cakes. I'm pretty sure that website is already taken, and it's like a baking thing. But you know, you could say that Table's cake is cooking as well. I'm cooking up a cake. Only Browns? No, that sounds even worse. That's really no. Ignore that one. Delete that one from your memories. I didn't just say that. I didn't just say that. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Oh God. I didn't. It came out wrong. I meant like because of the ink. That's what I meant. No. Oh. No, Frankie. It wasn't meant to be this way. Never mind. It's all right. Give it enough time and people will forget. No, don't type it. No, Spammy. Someone remove that message. Well, I can't have the message removed if I'm saying own your mistakes, can I? I have no idea. According to my chat, no one's in either stream. So, but I mean, asking lurkers to speak, Frankie, are we breaking some kind of lurkers code there? Are we not putting unnecessary peer pressure on our lurker brethren? So the bottom one is removed. So this one's easy to take off. Let's take off that one. Then we go this one here. Rip. It's interesting that I even prefer penciling it and freehanding it rather than just using the tape, because the tape bleeds. The paint bleeds too much, especially the watery mix that I use. It bleeds under too easily. There's too much element of random. You can smell the lurkers sloppy slops. Yeah, lurkers do like to sloppy slop. Sloppy slop. I mean, Monday was so Monday was so good. I was drunk on happy after Monday's stream. As you could tell, I came on Discord and talked more, didn't I? I loved it. What an absolute treat it was. Absolutely loved it. Monday's stream was just delicious. For the better, I hope. Yeah, Monday, I really enjoyed Monday. But you don't always, not every stream's a Monday. And I have to, and that's the problem. I came in on Tuesday thinking it would be a Monday. And look, my good book says, look, it says, don't expect anything from stream. Start at 0 energy. That's advice to myself. Don't come in expecting. I expected Tuesday to be Monday, and it wasn't. And it just threw me, and Warden got it in the ass as a result. Some collateral arse diggings he received, which was unfortunate. He didn't deserve it, but I was all up in him. I've got to say this better. I got all up in him, and he didn't deserve it, but he got it anyway. I was all up in him. I gotta stop saying it. Stop saying that sentence. It's gruesome. Let's just go back to the tape, guys. Let's just take this tape off. I will say this: if you are lurking in one stream or you're in one stream, please fire up both of them. I can't tell if you are, but for those of you that already are or are going to, I want to say thank you, because it really helps with the numbers. I need the numbers, so thank you. And I will say thank you because it already helps, because I love watching the real time analytics. So thanks. I do love the numbers. That's way too much yellow on that one bit. Do you see that? We've had a bit of blob in there. There's a bit too much on that one. Oh, I've just scraped it back to the plastic. Okay, I'll just remove that. I just got to get that flake out, but we've still got the recesses. Oh dear, this is well, I had to do it. The blob was strong. I can fix it. Sorry, Frankie. I didn't mean to stir a fire in your nevers. I'm sorry about that. Right, let's go to these blacks. First stripe is black. But yeah, Monday was glorious. The thing is, Monday's not an isolated incident. It just has to develop naturally. You can't engineer that. It's just like a perfect storm. And a lot of it was due to Frankie as well. Frankie being in, he just gets it. You go ahead, Spammy. You don't even need to tell me. I know people are lurking. I'm just being a little bit anal in like feeling the need to see the numbers. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it at all. Black stripe here. This is nice. Just sitting. I definitely prefer taping it and marking it. I'm going to call that now. My days of painting over tape. I won't even do it then, actually. I was going to say for larger single lines, I might just use the tape. But no, I think this is how I want to do it. I prefer this. Meow. Oh. I do believe I'm getting a little bit of sloppy expertise going on here. But I don't feel like I feel like I rarely use a brush as a brush. It's more as a sloppy, floppy spatula. I do feel like I'm not actually painting. I'm more just slopping. I feel like, yeah, I definitely feel like that, actually. I don't think I use paintbrushes like paintbrushes. I did then. Maybe sometimes. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little token bit of black there. Nothing major at all. Just a tiny bit of slop in the corner. And I just guessed that. How's the weather in Finland? We've been having glorious weather, sunny days. I'm pretty sunburnt from the weekend. I fell asleep in the sun, unfortunately. I was a bit beard up, and we're at the Seapool Sauna, which is this massive floating sauna complex right by the sea in the centre. And I fell asleep in the sun a little bit. But it's actually raining now. But yeah, so I'm bronzed Adonis. If by that you mean overweight sunburn guy. if you mean overweight sunburn, then I am certainly a bronze Adonis. When I was younger, I always liked the Lisbon minis from Games Workshop. Oh, hang on, I've got to speak it like Frankie. When I was younger, I always liked the Lisbon minis from GW. Would stare at them in the White Dwarf articles in the store, but never bought so much as a stick. Wait, that's wrong. Anybody got an unfulfilled dream army? Do you have an army filled? Do you have a dream unfulfilled army? Does anyone have an army unfulfilled? Have you got a heavy heart for not having an army as a little child? Tell me, when you were but a little baby, did you want an army and did your heart go unfulfilled? For me, it was those lizard guys. I messed it up with guys. The lizard men. The little lizard men. They're riding around on lizards. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen a lizard riding a lizard? I loved it. I don't know how close to Irish that was. But oh, hello. What happened there? Ooh. Oh, I've got to stop checking my phone. What's there? I just turned into Frankie. I'm gonna do my Frankie impression now. Do you know what I love? I love sending unsolicited nudie photos of myself in the most inappropriate times and to the most inappropriate of people. I can't get enough. I take me shirt off, inappropriate photos, dime a dozen, and I just send them off. Sometimes I don't even know who I'm sending them to, but I know it's inappropriate. That's the fun. The inappropriateness is the fun. That's my best Frankie impression. I bet there's a camera there too, Frankie. I bet you there's a camera. I've clocked you. I've figured you out. See, it's like I can see you in the room. I caught him. Yep. It cuts both ways. Frankie. You get to know about me, but I get to know about you. And some things there's just no hiding. That yellow is a bit iffy. I'm gonna leave it. If it really bugs me, I'll re-ink it, but I don't think we're gonna need to do that. Just a little dibby dabbies. But that's just plastic there, so I definitely need to dibby dabby that. But you never know. I'll just hide it. You see, I've dibby dabbied that on. You wouldn't know that a tiny bit is just plastic and one layer. You wouldn't know. Beautiful. Hey, we're really coming along on these stripes. That's 4 now. Doesn't take long. I've never painted a single one of the Seraphim models despite them being my favourite in all of Warhammer. Hello, not British man. No, I'm not British. No, I'm English. I am an Englishman. Yep, sure am. Even more than that, I'm a Cornishman. That's what I am. I've got Cornish flags hanging up. I can prove it. But yeah, you should have had said cameras. You can't just snap at this at only one angle. Oh! Frankie leaning into the gag. Yeah, multiple cameras. I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of imagine like a 360 camera rig, and you're like just spinning and pouting and hitting various fringe line camp poses and just getting 360 photos, and then you go through them all. That's kind of the image I'm getting here. You fell off your bike? You fell off your bike, eh? That's what happened, was it? That's my skeptical voice. Fully camp. I said borderline. Oh no, okay, fully camp, fully camp. See? Take note, people. If you want to get a laugh out of me, that's all you got to do. Just continue the gag. Just lean into it. I said borderline camp, which, you know, some people might take offense to. How dare he call me borderline camp? But then Frankie comes back with fully camp. He just completely leaned into the gag, and I like him more for it. Now I'm typing with one hand. You can lurk, buddy. I'm not going to force you to type anything with one hand. You just type. You don't even need to type. I tell you what, I'll ask you yes and no questions, and you can just mash the keyboard. Silence for no. Mash the keyboard for yes. Sound good? I'll do that. That's what I'll do. So I'll ask you a question. Do you like my idea of communication? Mash the keyboard for yes. Silence for no. And the silence can go as far as the next message, and then we know. It's a yes. He agrees with our new style of communication. Right. I can. Yes or no. Frankie is a bit of an arse. Mash the keyboard for yes. Silence for no. I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Frankie. I'm going to try and say this with code for the gag. Personally, I'm a big fan of just getting a bag of them and playing them like panpipes. You know, if you can imagine that mental image I'm trying to serve you there. Just one's not enough. Oh, God. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I hope that has conjured an image. That's just for you. God, that's gruesome. Oh, you're not going to be able to listen to panpipe music again. I've ruined it for you. And I knew you're an avid fan of the old panpipes. So, yeah, what can I say? I would apologise, but I mean, we both know it'd be disingenuous. I'm too amused to be sorry. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, just again, if you're not in both streams, help a brother out. Well, not even a brother. Help someone you can just about tolerate. Help someone that you don't really like. Help someone that you listen to because it makes you feel better about being you. You're like, this guy, this guy's a shambles. What an absolute state of a man. He's what? In his 40s? He has not got his act together at all. He's pathetic. It makes me feel better about me. If you feel that way, feel free to join both streams. Leave me a like. That would be great. Fantastic, Frankie. Fantastic. I think I surfed the waves of breaching NDAs very well there. I think I did good there. Aside from some Sons of War veteran bikers, I've never seen a human was it in some part of them an ass. I think Pure, it's the human condition, right? I know you get those people who pretend that they don't do poos. You know, I know you get those people, and I know it's a filtering process in your day to day, like of who you get to spend your time with. And I know that a lot of people, they're just an ass, through and through. But I'm not saying I'm not an ass. I'm not saying I'm not an ass, guys. I'm just saying my heart's in the right place, but I'm a bit of an ass. All right, and that's not me making excuses. I just, you know, the ebbs and... Oh, hang on a second. We've got a tiny bit of line there that I need to mark. This bit here. Yeah, I should mark that. Because that's going to come back to bite me if I didn't mark that, because it will be too big a black line. Black lives matter, guys. Guess who's here for some... Oh! mean? I'll remember your name when you deserve it. No terrible advice for you. You're only going to get good advice. We were just talking about Monday. Monday was a real treat. We were just talking about how much we enjoyed it. And, you had a part to play in that, frankly. You had a part to play in it. So, yeah, we were just kind of like self-congratulating ourselves about how lovely Monday was. It was lovely. 5 hours, blink of an eye. Just fun throughout. We all had a good laugh. It was lovely. And yeah, you were part of it. You were part of the narrative because you joined. You were joined thinking I was a lady who had ghosts on her toilet. And you left just with mild contempt for me as a person. So I consider that a win. But, someone else might be offensive that you mistook me for an old lady with ghosts on her toilet. But for me, I take it as a compliment. I don't know what the short was. I never check them because, I barely keep track of what I'm saying, and I'm sure it's a bit of a shambles. It's a little bit of a shambles. I did try to find Ghost Toilet. I did try to find her. I did. I'm not ashamed. I did a Google search. Didn't come up with much, frankly. But yeah, I did try to find her. Because I want to be a fly on the wall. I don't want to be mean, but if someone happens to be mean and I just happen to see it, then not even mean, but just someone missing a train. That's all. It's just the stream equivalent of someone missing a train. And then this one here. Oh, there we go. Marvelous. I tell you what I need to set up. Actually, I've just had it was the belly button on how to slop chop. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you commented on it. I replied without even knowing what was on the short. I did not rewatch it. So yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I forgot that it was a slop chop thingy. Oh, Ant. Hello, Ant. Ant. I need to pull my finger out, Ant. I was thinking the other day that we need to play some cheeky matches of something. I feel like I'm not playing any games on the channel, and I've been missing it a little bit, to be honest. Right, I'm going to zhuzh up my... That black might need a little bit of zhuzh. So I'm trying Abaddon Black and Reichland Flesh Shade, but I've lost my Reichland Flesh Shade. So in light of not having that, I'm going to zhuzh it with... Oh, gee whiz, where has it gone? I should have painting shelves by now. I should have shelves... Okay, I've got some Reichland. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I should have shelves already set up. Well, it's got to be a game that I don't have to buy, right? I can't buy any games, broke, so I'm not doing that. So I figure we lean into something that we already have, but we go into the decades-long issue of which game should we play? You know? It's got to be quickly set-upable, quickly accessible, potentially recordable. Okay, looks like we've got a clanker. Big Mac, looks like you've got a little bit of a clank off now. You've got some competition for the stream's favourite clanker. Will Big Mac rise to the challenge, or will he shrivel up into clanker obscurity? It's up to him. Will he meet the challenge of this new threat? Let's see. We shall see. We shall see. And Ant, get your thinking cap on, buddy. It can't be something that takes a million years to play. We can't play like Bar or something. Drop a list of your games in Discord later. Put a star next to the ones you'd be hyped to play. There isn't any Frankie. The only one currently I don't own. So I'm not like... Yeah, the only one currently I don't own it. So, but I could do that. I would... I mean, there was talk. Me and Redshirt were talking of doing a series, and I think Subnautica 2 would be ideal. But he's gone a little bit AWOL, so I think there's some real life stuff going on there. I haven't seen him. So I think it's a real lifey thing. So I think I'm just gonna have to hold my horses on that one. We can just play whatever. We can also play just funsy games, and I need to set some time away just to come on. And what I need, right? I need an emergency booze closet, right? What I need is an emergency booze closet, somewhere where I can lock away like too many beers, and then when the stream's going good, I can push the alarm, and then we turn it into having a boozy night out on stream. You know, for lack of a better word, when the vibe is good, when the mood is right, everyone's having fun. I break the glass, and we get the emergency beers, and then we have a friggin' super fun evening. That's what I need to activate, because we can't plan it. We don't know how the stream's going to be, but we just need it on hand. So if the mood is going absolutely brilliantly and everyone's still around, we just continue on. You know, we just continue on. That's what we do. And I could just switch the live stream that's painting. The horizontal cam can just get switched over to Gamies. Just a stop and a start. Switch it over to gaming mode. And then we can continue on like that. I think I've just had a really good idea there. I just thought of that just then. All of that. I just thought of it then. Oh, battery power. Okay. You know what? All of those are strong. There's nothing wrong with any of those options. How long I got? Okay. So stripies. Let's go ahead and do the yellows on this one. And we got just enough time to do the stripies and the stampies. It's good. Yellows. Schneeny's gone. Schneeny just dropped 1 or 2 sentences. Schneeny doesn't strike me as a lurker, but if you are lurking, Schneeny, it's okay. Oh, you just messaged something. Play some Stargrave. Oh, there was another game I noticed. Oh, a single player, that one, actually. Okay. Oh. Dibby dabby, dibby dabby, dibby dabby. Dibby dabby, wibby wabby, dibby dabbies. Beautiful. I tell you what, I'm so pleased with how these guys have come out. Again, making progress with the old... I've just blobbed that in the recess. It's too good a shape to not wipe out. It's too good a little square. I got to clean that out. I've just smeared it more in, actually. Keep cleaning and eating, clean and eating, clean and eat, clean and eat. Ah, guys, that's something I did do yesterday. Yesterday was friggin' pizza at the church. Praise Jesus. Blessed be the pizza makers. And you know what happened, right? So you all get one pizza, right? And my oldest, unfortunately, he dropped his pizza, right? And he went into the kitchen and he told them, and they were kind enough to allow him to make another pizza, right? It landed face down, topping everywhere. I was cleaning up the floor, and a man came out of the kitchen and he said, which pizza fell on the floor? I'll take it and put it in the bin. And I said to him, I said to him, no, I'll eat it. I'm not proud. So I got double pizza. I got my pizza and floor pizza. Yeah, no, I'm not proud. I don't know why I said it, but he was like, oh, okay. He's not proud. Enjoy your pizza. Yeah, so that was, so not only did I get church pizza, I got church floor pizza. It's, yeah, so, yeah, no, I'm not proud. What can I say? Lesson learned. What is there something about hubris or like the sin of pride? Hey, there's something in that. There must be like a commandment, like thou shalt not discriminate against floor pizza. Huh? There's something in there. Oh, guys, I'm feeling pious. You know? Yesu pizza, Flory, yum, yay. I gotta do better. Esse pizzale floor droppine. Domineus pizza yum yum hey. Not proud to consume. Floor or bin isn't so gloom. You're burning down the kitchen table. No, I'm not burning down the teacher. Oh my god. Did I just confess to something? I'm not burning teachers. And I didn't push my kid over to drop the pizza. I didn't do that either. I didn't push him over. I didn't push him over intentionally. Oh, this is only getting worse. You haven't lived, nines. You haven't lived until you've eaten floor pizza, you know? And I didn't pick the pizza up. I just lay down and started slurping that sucker down. You know, I didn't even use my hands. I just kind of wiggled towards it like a greedy slug and just snuffled that up. You know, if you can imagine that image. There's an image for you. Dear Lord, that's quite the image. Right, so if you haven't already, if you like the idea of me being a wiggly worm in a public place, eating a pizza off a floor like a hungry, greedy slug, leave me a like. If that's not worth a like, that mental image I've given you, then I don't know what it is. I can't tell. Everything says 0 on my screen. But if you like hungry table floor slug, drop a like. That's fine. I won't know if you have or not. So you could also drop a like and not tell me. Or drop a like and tell me that you did. And so I'm like, oh, thanks, gee whiz, that's lovely. So you don't have to do the clicking, but you still get the thank you. Huh? Drop a like if you like too much brown. Oh, schneenines. This happened. I browned myself today. I done gone had a horrible browning. Probably all the floor pizza, frankly. Yeah. So yeah, praise Jesus. I tell you what, no other friggin' religion is giving me pizza. So I say praise Jesus. What can I say? Jesus has a place in my heart and my tummy for the religion of pizza. You know what? And everyone there's right nice as well. They were right nice. Go figure. Go figure. Huh? Bit of tape. I don't need to get more off this roll. I can finish it with this one. Oh yeah, we got the website as well. That whose name I won't mention. I'm pretty sure that's got me in hot water. I think I'm in trouble there. It's a pastry website. I don't know where your filthy minds are going. It's pastry. I meant pastry. Did I mean pastry? Someone's diabolical. That's all I'm gonna say. Someone's got a sick mind. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't elaborate more than that, but one of you, you're clearly in the right place. One of you should be ashamed of yourself. Right, so the first one is black, so we take off this one. And then we can, let's just take off all of them and then mark them. This one comes off. Then this one here. Then this one here. Oh, there we go. This one here. What I might do is if I run out of time, I might just do the stamp in. I might see how far I get with the stamp in. But we'll see where we go. We'll see how we get on. We might get there. In a perfect world, I'd just stay on. As I always say, but hey, that's what dreams are, guys, you know? In a perfect world, I'd stay on. I'd wake up, I'd get my work out of the way, have some food, start streaming, and we continue now into the early afternoon. And then what I'd have is I'd tell my wife to go get me some beers, and she'd bring me beers and be like, beloved husband, I'll take care of the kids. You just get drunk and shout at people. Do what your heart wants, you know? Just get drunk and shouty. We love you. You know, that would be the perfect. That's a dream, right? Frankie, I mean, if you say so, Frankie, I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But if that is indeed the case, some of you love the image of the slurpy, greedy slug. You know, imagine my belly sticking out on my t-shirt. My t-shirt's like a little too small. My fat belly's poking out and just flapping against the cold tiles of the church. Schnuffling. I'm trying to catch my breath. Like I'm trying to eat the pizza, but I'm trying to wiggle. So I'm like half eating, half wheezing, just like. And I can't quite get purchase on the pizza, so I'm kind of like slurping and pushing it more along the floor, and I've got to wiggle more. Another belly slap. Just sweating away, sweating and grunting after the pizza. What an image. You're welcome, guys. That's in your minds. That's in your minds now. It's not my problem. That's with you. Yep, exactly. Yep. That's exactly. Yep, you're welcome. You're very welcome, everybody. I bet you weren't expecting that one today, but, well, you do now. Let's do this one black. This one here black. We're a little bit short on the old black, but what I can do is I can top it up. I'll splodge a little bit more out of the pot if I have to. Let's just go here, like so. I'm going to need some more black. I can already tell I'm going to need some more black. Without a doubt, I'm going to need some more black. That's... You know, if I'm putting these mental images in your head, we've got a slight issue in that you can only like the stream so often. You can only like it once, right? You can't like it more often. So I might have to say after the likes, you'll have to like spam the little emoji thing. That does nothing. Apart from tell me that you're some sick pups. We might need to do it that way after the initial barrage of likes that may or may not have happened. That's what we'll have to do. But there's something... It's the gift that keeps on giving, me putting a horrible mental image into your heads. You know? There's something about it. There's something that really tickles me. Because this stream's going to turn off. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm sorry it's gone. And then you're just going to sit there for a moment in your respective homes thinking about that mental image that has come your way. And I can see from the emojis that you guys are going to have a good long think about that. You're a despicable bunch. You're in the right place. Let's just say that. I won't call you a despicable bunch. I'll just say, yeah, you're in the right place. Tomorrow's stream, there will be more. Be sure there will be more traumatizing mental images poured into your brain bits. There's no getting away with it. But like I say, I'm gonna adhere to the rules of the stream. I will join Zero Energy, and I'll just match what comes in. So there might not be horribleness. You know, it might just be a nice, pleasant, talking about the weather kind of stream. I'm not... Look, I've got my commandments. Mirror chat energy. Don't expect anything from stream. Start at zero energy. Chat is a person. Don't demand anything from chat. I'm growing, you know? I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. That one's done. Oh, this bit here needs a bit of black. Like so. Let me switch this out for yellows. There we go. I'm glad you agree, Nine. You've got to sometimes. Sometimes you've just got to slop a pizza off the floor. You know? Sometimes it's just got to be done. I'm not proud. I did get twice as much pizza as I was intending to get, so I would call that a win. Praise Jesus. Blessed be the floor pizzas, you know? I could get into this religion lark. If it's floor pizzas, you know, I could get behind that. No other religion is offering me floor-based food. That's for sure. Oh. Just that bit there, a little bit dibby-dabby, 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 dibby-dabby. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful dibby-dabbies. I was not expecting to make so much progress today on these guys. What a treat. We didn't know where we were going with it. We did a little bit of the NIDs and stuff, but now we've got some time. We can do the stamps. I don't think I topped this one up. It is topped up, but it could use a little bit of a... It is topped up, but it just needs a little bit more of a zhuzh. It's just ever so slightly not yellow enough. Just teeny slops. There we go. I actually missed that bit entire. There we go. Let's stamp them. Found a pic from the event. It's posted. You're welcome. What? Oh, my days. Stamps. That's a little bit too close to home. A little bit impersonal. How dare you, Freds? How very dare you? Stamp ins. Ah, no, you've hit me with the Taranki. It's a damn disability, guys. How dare you mock the disabled? Shame on you. I hope you feel... It's not big and it's not clever, you know? How dare you take the mickey out of the disabled? I mean, does that make you feel better? Does that does that bring you joy, does it? Is that what that is? Huh? You know? Oh, should you shake ass tone? I guess you shouldn't. I don't think I should have done that. Well, it's too late now. Right, let's do a little bit of that. Right, don't knock over the ass tone table. Don't knock over the ass tone. That would be a very bad move, buddy. Don't knock it over. Right, let's just clean that skull there. Some. Good. Localized cleanings. And then this one. Oh, this stuff's pungent. I need a little top up. Just a little cheeky snifter. I mean, cheeky extra top up on the cloth. Whew. That is whiffy. Whiffy. Right, we're clean. We're clean. Why do I say it like that? Yeah, we're clean. Yeah, we're clean. Whew. That that is a lot. Oh, I was a bit generous with that second pour. That's quite a lot. Right, black and white over here. Good. Let's go with a skull first. That's the second one I did. Skull is white, not black. Dab on the skull. And then no pressure whatsoever table. No pressure at all. That's the name of the game. Zero pressure table. Zero. Whoop. Oh, that's not a stamp. Zero pressure. Pick up the design. There we go. Yep, see, no pressure. Perfect skull right there. Grab one of the minis. And then skull on there like so. Oh, suck it, transfers. You can do one. There's no way I'm ever using transfers. No way ever again. And we grab the black. And it was the shield, wasn't it? Yeah, the crosses shield. Bit of black. Then put the black over there so I don't knock it over. Yes. Scrapies. Whoop. 3 seconds. Oh! 3 seconds, no pressure. That was way more than 3 seconds. I barely grabbed it. It's a bit janky, but so help me, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna learn by my mistakes. We are going with the janky shield. So what if the shield's a bit janky? Damn sight better than a transfer, I tell you that. Because I mean, you jank up a transfer, you're not getting out of that one. Right, we got our ass tone again. Let's get my get your tone out. Get your tone out. Get your tone out for the lads. Get your tone out for the lads. Hey. Oh, it's a bit strong. Get your tone out. Get your tone. Oh. Get your tone out. Whew. Yeah, it's a bit whiffy. I'm committed. I'm very much committed to getting these stamps done. So if I've got to take on board a little ass tone, I consider it a worthwhile goal. You know, sometimes you just got to take on a little ass tone. Or I freaking love my Goblin stamping plates, and it's not just because they like me, but the fact that they've sent me some love that no one else has, no other sponsor has yet. I kind of love them. If that's gay, then so help me, I'm gay. You know, but I love them. They're treating me good. You know, they're treating me good. There we go. Little white skull. Was it white? Yeah, skulls are white. Yep. That's the colour that I've chosen. So where's my stamp? There it is. So scrape. 10 seconds. 3 seconds, no pressure. 10 seconds? Where did 10 seconds come from? Let's do this one. There we go. And then on there. I tell you what, this shoulder could do with some watery Reichland. That's for sure. Oh my, look at that. We've got a huge white bit, that little bit of excess white that's gone on there. We can make it into a detail, it's fine. Or we can just paint over it. I'm not going to try and scrape it off through fear of scraping off the paint, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to continue on. I'm just going to plow on regardless of the quality. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. So yeah, again, still 0 people in both streams. Zero people, 0 likes. I just can't... It's not liking the accuracy at all. I'm very much in the dark. Oh. This shield is so bad. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I can clean that up with paint. We've tabled the 300. I'm going to clean that up with paint. I reckon I can fix that. You know? It's mostly intact. It's just the top right square. You know? I can definitely fix that. I can definitely fix that. That's just a little touch up. In fact, you know, no, I'm gonna commit with the stamps, and we're gonna cross the line with the stamps done. And then if I need to touch it up, I need to touch it up. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Don't spill acetone on yourself. So today, with the rules, I've instilled the rules. I know he's not heard it, but I have apologised to Warden. So I feel a little bit better. I think I'll just continue apologising every stream at some point to Warden. Poor guy. All he wanted to do was team up with Table. And he got a face full of jank. Oh, Jesus. Right, next stamp. On we go. Bit of white. Do you know what would be nice? If I was a rich man, do you know what I'd do? I'd buy up a couple of sets of the stamps so that I could do, for example, 7 stamps, like multiple stamps of the same design between cleanings. Yeah, I'd do that. Titus, why Titus spammy when I know you're a nice guy, so I'm not going to assume you're just trying to sabotage me, but why, when I'm trying to finish a set of stamps within a certain time frame, do you want me to deviate to a Titus? You know? Why would you why are you trying to sabotage me, Spammy? I thought you were nice. Nice until sabotage, eh? If I was a rich girl, everyone would see my cake. You wouldn't really want to, but I'd force you anyway. I'd use my wealth to force my cake upon you. You wouldn't get a choice, 'cause security would handle you. They would make you watch. Sellotape your eyelids to your skull. You'd have to see my cake before you go. There wouldn't be some choices for you, you know. You'd have to see the cake if you wanted to go. Yeah, I would 100% use my fortune for evil. And no one would be spared. No one's going to be spared. Yeah, let's speak positively. When it happens, no one's spared. I'm coming after all of you in some way, shape, or form. No, I'm not musically inclined. I'm not musically inclined to heads. Oh, I just poured a load of acetone on my hand. Went between my fingers. That's a horrible sensation. Ooh. Right, wipe. Good. Next set. White for skulls. How many we got left? 2? Wait. 2, yeah, we got 2. I can stay for 2. I can do that. I can stay for 2. I want to complete something. Scrape. Oh, that was a bad scrape. 3 seconds. It's all right enough. It's slightly janky. Schneinies. I mean, Schneinies. I'm not convinced that I am. I think we live in a pretty horrible world. So do you know why I don't think I'm insane? Because I don't think insane people question it. You know, I think like sane people, they think, am I going crazy? I think insane people are just going about their day. And they're like, hey, what's wrong with throwing dog dirt at orphans? They don't even think that. They're just like, oh, I'm just going about my day throwing dog dirt at orphans. You know, just a usual day. Insane people don't question it. They just go. I'm certain of it. So that's how I know I'm the sanest one in this chat, frankly. Yeah. Freds, I am 100% flying you out. But I'll supply the shorts, okay? You don't get to choose the shorts. I have to be present. I'll take you shopping and we get you those Daisy Dukes. Alright? There's no... You can't cheese this. You have to... The shorts are bought... Oh, yeah, Schnein. When someone donates the 15 grand Patreon pledge, I've got to get a rubber dinghy and a pair of hot pants, and then I'm going to fly Freds out to the destination, and he's going to sit in the dinghy with me, and we're going to have a few beers. So, and that's true. As soon as that Patreon goal hits, 15 grand, yeah, and I'll probably live stream it. He'll be in his Daisy Dukes. I'll probably be topless. Two full-grown men in a rubber dinghy, somewhere in Spain, just bobbing along, just upsetting people on their family holidays. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. There we go, and then scrape. So yeah, if you've got a spare 15 grand, you can call my bluff, and then I'll show you that it wasn't no bluff and that I was deadly serious. So yeah, if you've got a spare 15 grand a month kicking about, feel free. It's a rolling contract, and you can't break it. So once you're subscribed, it's 15 grand a month forever. And then expect to be quizzed, because I would need to know. I need to know the person behind the mind that would do such a thing. You know? I would need to know the mind behind enabling such torment on another human being. I'd need to know you. What time is it? Oh, Christ, okay. Right. Right, we're done. All done. That's I'd love to stay. I can't though. That's unfortunate. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I assume you've had fun. It's hard to tell, isn't it? I really gotta go. But Spammy, I'm sorry. Maybe if you're a nicer person, I could do. I'd go out of my way to do a Titus for you. But you're nothing but horrible every single time we see you. I've had a real laugh. It's been super fun. Thank you so much, guys. I will be on again tomorrow, same time. Yeah, loves you guys. Bye. That's one down, and then that's time. And then ta-da!